Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1, mic check 2. If we're live, can we go ahead and make sure we get video for the senior night introductions? I guess they're going to do it before the game, and where we can get the 12 seniors that are going to be introduced. And I won't start my audio until 10 minutes till. We good with that? All right.
Williams Stadium. And tonight's senior night, pitting your Booker T. Washington Hornets and our visitors, the Sandites from Charles Page High School in Sandsprings, Oklahoma. this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce tonight's senior athletes. At this time, we'd like to introduce senior Lathan Boone. Lathan is escorted by his mom, Angeli Pinnell, his dad, Coach Larry Boone, his grandma, Valerie Jackson, grandpa, Lonnie Jackson, Robin Boone, stepmom, Baron Harris, brother, Lyra Boone, sister, and Michaela Chambers, sister. Lathan started playing football in second grade as a lineman. He played quarterback in middle school at Carver, a 4-year starter for Booker T, a 3-year starter for the basketball team. Lathan plans to either play football or basketball in college. Ladies and gentlemen, Lathan Boone. Our next senior is Mr. Isaac Fain. Isaac is being escorted by his dad, Kurt Fain, his mom, Shauna Fain, and his brother, Ian Fain. Isaac has played baseball since he was 5 years old and varsity all 4 years. He's played football since 7th grade and varsity all 4 years. He's also played soccer and basketball growing up. Isaac's plans after high school, he doesn't know, but he does want to play baseball or football. If not, he'll be going to Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma for firefighting. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Isaac Fain. Our next senior, Mr. Dylan Mays. Dylan is escorted by his mom, Missy Armstrong, and his dad, Dwayne Mays. Dylan started playing football at the age of 5. He ran track for 2 years with the Oklahoma Jaguars. He played football for the TYAA Bulldogs, Cowboys, and Titans. Dylan plans to go to college, and he doesn't quite know what he wants to major in. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dylan Mays. Our next senior is Mr. Demetrius Prudhomme. Demetrius is being escorted by his mom, Marisha Walker, his papa, David King, uncles Darwin and Donnell, his grandmas, Deborah Prudhomme and Brenda King. The sport that he got attached to was basketball. In the 4th grade, he started playing football for the TYAA Bulldogs, the red team. After his first season, it became his lifestyle. In middle school, he took up many talents. He took some of those talents to Thoreau Demonstration Academy to now currently Booker T. Washington High School. Demetrius' plans after high school are to go to a 4-year college and play some type of sport. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Demetrius Prudhomme. Our next senior is Mr. Keontae Rushing II. Keontae is being escorted by Stephanie Gall, his mother, Keontae Rushing, his father, Keontae Rushing, and Stevie Rushing. Keontae started playing football at the age of 4, starting at TYAA with Coach Jordan, rest in peace, and Coach Collins. His plans after high school are to major in physical therapy, and he's undecided on a college, but he does plan on going, and he would like to attend a 4-year college and play football. Ladies and gentlemen, Keontae Rushing II. Our next senior is Mr. Elias Sherman. Elias is being escorted by his mom, Laura Sherman. His sports history, he's been playing football since he was 6 years old. He played for the TYAA Bulldogs growing up, and then Carver Middle School. His plans after high school are to play college footballs. However, he's undecided where he will be playing next fall, but he believes he'll be playing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elias Sherman. Our next senior, Mr. Micah Tees. Micah's being escorted by Paula Tees, Larry Tees, and Miles Tees. Micah started football at the age of 5. He also started with TYAA with Derek Harper. He played basketball and football at Carver Middle School. He also runs track at Booker T. Washington, along with football. As of right now, he's listed as the number 2 player in the state of Oklahoma and the number 8 athlete in the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Micah Tees plans to graduate in December and enroll in January at the University of Arkansas. He's going to be a Razorback, majoring in business. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Micah Tees. Our next senior is Mr. Amadre Tiger. Amadre is being escorted by his mom, Kenesha Walker, his dad, Fidel Tiger Sr. Amadre has played football since he was 8 years old. His plans after high school, he plans on attending college and earning a degree in electrical engineering. Woo, that's some heavy stuff, Amadre. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Amadre Tiger. Our next senior is Mr. Aiden Walker. Aiden is being escorted by his mom, Andrea Walker, and his dad, O.C. Walker. Aiden grew up playing football, basketball, and baseball, but once he got to high school, he said, hey, I'm going to focus on football. Aiden plans to go to college and get a degree in business and someday become an entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Aiden Walker. Our next senior is Mr. Keanu White. Keanu is being escorted by his dad, Chris White, and his mom, Twyla Johnson. Keanu has been playing football since the 4th grade, middle school at Memorial, and he's played the last 4 years here at Booker T. Washington High School. After graduation, Keanu plans to study real estate and business. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Keanu White. Our next senior is number 66, Mr. Clyde Wortham III. Clyde is being escorted by his mom, Rebecca Wortham, his dad, Clyde Wortham Jr., his sister, Taylor Wortham. His history, he started playing football at 4 years old, also for the TYAA Bulldogs Blue. For Keontae Jordan, he played at Carver Middle School for 3 years and started his high school football at Union. His plans after high school are to play football at a historical black college or any school that gives him a chance to play. He wants to major in broadcasting, communications, or journalism. His backup plan is to become a sports television broadcaster. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Clyde Wortham III. Our next senior is a member of the Palm Squad. Our next senior is number 11, Seth White. His mom's name is Candy and his dad's name is Bill. He's been playing for 7 years and he wants to go to FAMU. Ladies and gentlemen, number 11, Mr. Seth White. At this time, we'd like to introduce a senior member of our Palm Squad, Miss Rhea Corella. Rhea is being escorted by her mom, Naru Corella, her dad, Rahu Corella, and Vashawi Corella, and her cousin, Ariane Reddy. Rhea, her sports history, has been 4 years. She won state in game day and pom her junior year. A favorite memory at Booker T. Washington High School was performing at homecoming pep rally her senior year. After high school, Rhea plans to attend a four-year university and possibly major in dance and psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rhea Carrella. This time we'd like to introduce our senior cheer. Our first cheer, Miss Kate Hackler. Kate is a full IB diploma candidate and a member of the National Honor Society, Key Club, and SAFE team. She's active in National Charity League and its many partner philanthropies. She's been escorted by her parents, Jeff and Bonnie Hackler. Her sports history, she has spent 3 years as a varsity cheerleader here at Booker T. Washington High School. A favorite memory at Booker T. Washington High School is from this year when the senior class won the Spirit Stick back before homecoming. Kate's plans after high school are to major in psychology and biology in college on a pre-med track. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kate Hackler. Our next cheerleader is Miss Abigail Leatherwood. Abigail has been a varsity cheer. Outside of Booker T cheer, Abby is an IB diploma candidate and practices at Lux Athletics. In her spare time, Abby likes to create art, hang out with her best friends, and spend time outside. Abigail is being escorted by her mother, Angie Leatherwood, and her siblings, Wyatt Leatherwood. Her sports history, she's been on the team for all 4 years and now has the honor to hold a leadership position. A favorite memory at Booker T. Washington, her favorite memory was Mean Day during homecoming week 2021 when there were about 10 pit bulls running around the school. Her plans after high school are to major in psychology, pre-law, and then start a career as a guardian ad litem. Though she is still undecided about where she wants to go to school, she's considering cheering in college, depending on where she ends up. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Abigail Leatherwood. Our next senior is Miss Jada Nicole. She's a full IB diploma candidate and the class of 2023 secretary. Jada is currently in her 4th year of Chinese, hoping to be somewhat fluent before college. Jada loves to give back to her community. She learned to excel and value others while doing so. Outside of cheer, she enjoys spending time with her family, especially her kitty, Gandhi Lindsay. Jada Moore, escorted by Nicole Van, her mother. Jada Cole's sports history, she's been a part of Booker T. Washington cheer team during her junior year and senior year and has helped her team win first place in Tulsa game competition. She was also a part of the Booker T. Lady track team during her freshman and sophomore year, while she strived to increase athleticism amongst herself and her peers. A favorite memory at Booker T. Washington High School is being an inspiring role model to the underclassmen and creating lifelong bonds that she will cherish forever. Jada's plans after high school are to attend a 4-year university and major in criminology. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jada Nicole. Our final cheerleader is Miss Allie Young. Allie's being escorted by Sarah and James Fitzgerald. Outside of cheer, Allie is a second-year cosmetology student at Tulsa Tech. She is the vice president of RISE, who hosts the annual Powder Puff Game. She's also a lifeguard at Tulsa Country Club. In her spare time, Allie likes to shop, do her friend's hair, and spend time with her dog, Benny. Allie's been a part of Booker T. Washington cheer for 3 years and is so grateful to be one of 4 co-captains. Her favorite memory are watching the cheerleaders perform at the pep rallies her freshman year, which inspired her to join the team. After high school, Allie plans to become a stylist of the stars. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Allie Young. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the members of the class of 2023 here at Booker T. Washington High School. Can we have another big hand for all of our seniors who represent senior football, pom, and cheer. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Hornet fans, and welcome to S.E. Williams Stadium. I am high above the stadium. I'm Byron Perry, and I'm sitting next to my good partner, fellow alum, Mr. Leon Skillings. Leon, good to see you again, man.
Man, likewise, man. It's always good to be in the booth with such a person like yourself, a diaper dandy indeed. So, I look forward to the conversation tonight.
Well, before we get into the conversation, let's go ahead and talk about the festivities that we had tonight. Tonight is senior night. We've just been shown on the broadcast the video, but I want to go ahead and shout out the names of our 12 Hornet football seniors. If I get the names of the other seniors that were representative for cheer and pom, I will let you know. But our Hornet football seniors that we are celebrating tonight are number 1, Demetrius Prudhomme. Number 2, Keonta Rushing. Number 3, Micah Teasley. Number 5, Lathan Boone. Number 8, Isaac Fain. Number 9, Dalen Mays. Number 11, Seth White. Number 22, Keanu White. Number 30, Aiden Walker. Number 58, Amandre Tiger. Number 62, Elias Sherman. And number 66, Clyde Wortham. These are the Hornet seniors tonight, Leon. It's always a special night when you put on that orange top and that orange bottom, and the fact that you're going to play potentially your last game here at S.E. Williams, man, there's a lot of memories when you come up here in this booth. For me, homecoming, Miss Hornet, but senior night, man, that's one of the most bittersweet memories that I have of ever putting on the orange and black. How about yourself, bro?
Man, you said it so eloquently, the blood, the sweat, and the tears that, when you enter in here as a freshman, the expectation up here at the Hive is we win up here, right?
Legendary.
Yes, sir. And the torch has been passed from decade to decade, and so people like me and yourself here, as we sit here and we commentate, we have to be subjective, but at the same time, we Hornets and we have to be objective as well. So we got to talk about like what's going on when you must protect the house. Tell me something about that, big
man. You're going to just go ahead and jump into it with both feet. Hornet fans, we've endured a season where, as we sit right now, we are 4-4 on the season. I'll get into the seriousness of what we have going on tonight, but as Leon and I, as you and I have been sitting here talking, we're sitting on only one victory this season here at S.E. Williams.
Yes, sir.
One victory here this season at S.E. Williams. It was homecoming. Yes, it was. But we've taken multiple losses here at home this year, and that's something that's different. I mean, I think from the perspective that you and I have of watching these games, we've been kind of waiting. I mean, every week that we've come on this broadcast, we've talked about we were waiting for the offense to do something. We were waiting for that breakout of explosive plays and things of that nature, but we haven't seen it. And here we are.
It's playoff time.
We got this game, one last game here in the regular season, an away game, and we're sitting on one win at home. Now, I'm not sure as to how things are sitting as far as the playoffs, the seedings go, but this game tonight specifically is for third place in the district. It's us against Charles Page High School in Sandsprings, the Sandites. I want to say it correctly because I got some Sandite people that I know, so I want to make sure to give them their respect. This is Charles Page High School we're playing. They come in with a record of 5-3. We come in with a record of 4-4. However, this is for third place in the district. Now, I'm not sure, based on seedings, how deep it goes to the point that how many seeds get a home game to start playoffs. You may know. I'm not sure. I don't know if it goes 3 or if it goes the first two or the
First two,
first two
because in
get a home game.
6A2, everybody else go on the road.
Okay. So regardless of what happens tonight,
Yeah,
this is gonna be the last home game.
yes,
This is
sir.
gonna be the last home game. So we've got we've got we a little bit. Okay, all right, out right there. All right, sorry about the technical difficulties, Hornet fans. But as we were saying, Leon, we're in a situation tonight that regardless of what we do, we obviously need to win, but we're going to be on the road for playoffs. That's an interesting predicament to be in, man. Talk about that.
Man, you said it. I mean, the one thing about the advantage of being at home is first, you protect the house. Second, we get what's called home cooking. And third, it's just a expectation that you protect the house. And with that comes victory. So we haven't gotten in a rhythm to where we have the identity or nor do we know who we are. And, we're taking this into the playoffs. Teams have gotten better from week 1 to week 2. Here we are at the end of the season, and we're
Eight
still
games
trying
in.
to.
We're 8 games in.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure things out. Now,
And that's just coloring between the lines. I mean, we are in week 8, and to call it frank, our offense has not developed an identity.
we ain't putting no points on the board, bro.
Hasn't scored a lot of points. We've had deficiencies in multiple areas. Um, uh, but the thing about it is, there's talent. There's even an infusion of talent. We've got freshmen playing. Talk about it.
Man, that's what makes us scratch our heads up here, and the fans. I mean, it's never a question. Do we have talent at B.T.W. now? Do we have as much as other places? When I say that, I mean number-wise, body-wise. So that brings us back to the elephant in the room that we were talking about earlier when we were saying that, the expectation is this and that. But let's be fair. There's a systemic problem going on, and I'll be the first to put it out there. I think TPS has really set us up with these difficulties that we're having. I'll use that word difficulty because look at it. When we are here in 6A2 and we're looking at the sidelines, man, we're outnumbered as far as personnel goes. So guess what? That means we're limited now. We don't use that as an excuse, but we sure could use some help from the top end to address some of these issues. What do you say about that?
Well, it's one of those things where, I would say probably about 15 years ago, with the rise of the suburban programs, Owasso and Bixby specifically, that a lot of us started seeing at that time. Could it be that the amount of talent started to get dispersed widespread? We were in a situation, we were in an arms race at that time as far as Booker T with East Central. It was us and East Central going back and forth. 2 TPS programs. East Central was building tradition. Obviously, we had deep tradition. But if you looked around and said to yourself, wow, man, Owasso's trying to build something. Bixby is trying to build something. Now you look on the flip side of that, after time has gone past, they have built something. They have built monsters. You have Broken Arrow that has had starts and stops, fits, and things of that nature, but they brought a state championship home. And so when you have programs like that, Jinx has always been there. Union has always been there. When you look at those programs coming up, what we feared worst has come to fruition of those suburban programs are pulling talent off. And it's not just here at Booker T. It's pulling talent off of all of the Tulsa schools, all 9 of them. You look at programs across Tulsa, Central, McLean, we're all having difficulties building programs. The numbers are just not there. It's not an excuse, it's the fact now. This is what it is now.
And to speak to that, then the guys that leave here and go play for those schools that you just named, and we could be using those guys. I mean, it's just heartbreaking to see. Now, I don't have the answer to it, but there is a problem going on. It goes back to when we were here, bro. One thing about it, we just had that heart and the tenacity, and, the torch was passed and the expectation was there. But we have to play kind of like chess or the game of whatever it takes to get to the top because, it's not, the deck is stacked against us.
Absolutely.
And again, we don't use this as an excuse, Hornet fan. We don't want you guys to feel like we're copping deuces or nothing like that because me and this guy, we sit up here as Hornets and we know that we are the pride of the great Southwest and we want to see our program succeed like everybody else and we know that we can. So that's how we're saying.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things, as somebody that follows the game across the country, High school football has had its issues in a lot of communities as far as numbers being down. There are a lot of reasons for that. But it's one of those things where it becomes a community issue. And it starts obviously with the principal and the head coach at whatever facility that you're at. And it's about building that community to bring up the next generation of players into the program. And this being Jonathan Brown's third year, this is one of the things we've talked about this whole season, building the culture and things of that nature. It's interesting to see how he's brought some freshmen up. You and I are not used to that because in our day, freshmen didn't play varsity like this.
We weren't even thinking about it.
But it's obvious that that's where we are today. And so for the youth that are in middle school right now, they see kids like a Michael Washington, now playing varsity, getting reps, getting opportunities. And so it's one of those things where I think the continuing legacy of the Hornet program, especially in football, is going to be such that kids are going to be able to come in early and get an opportunity on this sport, on football, to come in early and start cementing their legacy. So right now, Hornet fans, we've got the final home game for the 2022 edition of Hornet football. Our Hornets are about to enter the field, blessed by the band as they take the field. These are your Booker T. Washington Hornets. The class of 2023 are coming to the field, and we're about a minute away from starting the game against Charles Page High School, the Sandsprings Sandites. Leon, I wanted to talk about a couple of people that we have to look out for Charles Page tonight. On the offensive side, it all starts around a junior running back who has burst onto the scene, number 2, Kenneth Page. He's had a breakout season. He's missed some time the last 3 weeks, pretty much been in concussion protocol. Got a concussion 3 weeks ago, so for the last 2 weeks he's been kind of shelved, but he's going to be back tonight. That's the emphasis that they have on offense. So from everything that I've heard and reviewed about Sandsprings, they're going to be a run-first team. Now, what makes it interesting is that, and I'm gonna give you something tonight, bro. What's gonna be interesting is that if the need arises to throw the football, Sandsprings is starting a true freshman. That's right. He's a 9th grader. Quarterback, QB1, as they like to say. Number 17, Easton Webb, who has beaten out number 11, a senior, Merrick Matheson. So they're going to be starting a freshman.
For the first time?
I don't know. This is not his first start. He started several games, and I'm hearing he is the real deal.
Okay.
So we're going to, I'm an offensive guy, so I'm going to be checking him.
Yeah, we're going to get a chance to see you.
We're going to get a chance to see you. Before kickoff, on the defensive side of the ball, the guy to be looking for is linebacker number 8, Hornet fans, for the Charles Page Sandites. It's Drake Fain. Mr. Fain plays linebacker. He's a senior. Last week he started the game. The first play of the game was a pick 6. So he's going to be a ball-hawking linebacker and also the guy that's going to try to clean things up in the middle. So that's some of the information that we have about our opponent tonight. The Hornets have won the toss. The kick is up. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded by the Hornets quickly over on the far side. That's one of those kicks, Leon, and if you don't field it, that's a live ball.
Yeah, and if you're not ready for it and get startled, it could easily, like you said, go the other way and be quick 6 like that. Not pick 6, but quick 6.
So Hornet fans, the Hornets take their first possession tonight. They're headed south towards the Nathan E. Harris Field House. We're going to have the senior Lathan Boone that's going to bring the Hornets out to the field tonight, making his final home start. Lathan Boone, Mr. Micah Tees, going to be coming out for the Hornets. Starting at running back is Mr. Karan Ross. We're due to see the freshman number 38, Michael Washington, in the backfield, but right now we've got Karan Ross, who's motioned out to the right, 3 wide receiver set. Boone's going to look to his right, but he's going to step up. He gets out of the sack. He spins out, still rolling to his right. He's still looking. He throws the ball over off to the numbers, and it's going to be a reception. The pass is caught by Dalen Mays. So we've got senior to senior, and that's a first down for the Hornets.
Man, one thing I like is we came out in that empty set, but one thing that Boone has to do is when you're in the empty set, you have no protection, so you got to get the ball out quick. We were blessed to get that off right there because if not, man, you can't sit back there all day because them guys is outnumbered.
Critical aspect, Leon. Critical aspect right there. So the Hornets, after the first play, are going to have first down and 10 from the Sandsprings 40s, from the Charles Page 40-yard line.
Going with the hurry-up offense, I like that. Little wrinkle, you know.
We've had 2 wrinkles right off the bat, so we're going to have look like a timeout, or actually I think they're working on the clock, because it's only showing 4 seconds came off the clock, but actually a little bit more time came off, so the referees are confirmed with head coach Jonathan Brown. But yes, Leon, 2 wrinkles. Now, last week we're coming off of a loss. We lost to Muskogee, a team that talked a whole lot of noise before they came here to Tulsa at S.E. Williams Stadium, and they may not have put up half 100, but they still won 30-6. Good quarterback that
I heard he got
Muskogee
all
brought.
kind of offers from everybody.
Sophomore quarterback. You know, he took over the reins as a true freshman last year, I think, after about the 3rd game. And basically, you know, his thing was, I understood that, you know, I was a young cat, but I had to go do work. He came in here. Muskogee doesn't have a huge amount of skill talent. I'll say it that way. Skill
I know where you're going
talent.
with it.
Skill talent. But they've got a quarterback that, from an offensive standpoint, is his world. He's going to run it a little bit. He's going to throw it a little bit. He's going to keep you off balance. They got a W. So we're coming off of a loss. We're looking at new wrinkles right now that you and I haven't seen or commentated about all season. So
let's see what happens here. First down for the Hornets, like Byron said, you guys.
First down, motion to the left to 3 wide receivers to the far side. Here's a pass thrown out.
That's
jet
Mays.
sweep. Mays with his second reception of the night, catches into the backfield on the jet sweep, and he's got another Hornet first down.
See, when you get the ball out quick, you see it in the league. One thing that the Patriots do well is they get the ball out their hand, out the quarterback's hand. You call it rack yards, run after catch. You know what I mean? You throw a short little hitch, and you let them athletes do what they're going to do in space, and both numbers are going to look good.
Hornets on the move, Hornet fans. Here's the 3rd play from scrimmage, another first down. Karan Ross is getting it now, and he takes it over the right side between the tackles. And something that Karan Ross has done this entire season, he's run hard. I mean, he's going to get hit as soon as he comes across the line of scrimmage, but he's still running hard.
And that's a good thing. You know, we call that keep them feet running in the ground. You never know. You might break out of that. So that's a good strength that Ross has, definitely.
Ross picks up 3 yards. Going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Hornets. Now scrimmaging from the Charles Page 24-yard line. Number 9, Mays is in motion. 4 wide receivers. We got a set 2 by 2 on each side. This pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage, intended for Fain. Linebacker number 8, that's Drake Fain, had an opportunity to get his hands on it, but the ball fell to the turf, so it's going to be the first incompletion tonight for Mr. Lathan Boone. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7 with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left from the Charles Page High School 24-yard line. You were right, Leon, when once again Lathan's trying to get it out quickly. That time he just didn't basically see the edge rusher getting in his lane to throw the ball.
And that's another wrinkle. Man, we're going for the deep ball with all this speed. That's not who we are. Let these athletes make plays.
Once again, Fain in motion. Here's a fake handoff to Ross. Boone keeps it himself up the gut, as the folks would say. And Mr. Lathan Boone, the senior, is going to be able to rumble, stumble, and bumble for a first down deep into Charles Page High School territory. Ran the RPO, put it in Ross's gut, pulled it, and he's running basically right up the 2-hole into deep for a deep run.
That's the luxury of having a 4-year starter at quarterback. It wasn't nothing there. Boone took it, got opportunity. Looks like the Hornets are trying to punch it in for the first time this season on the opening drive.
Absolutely.
Looks good.
Hornets on the move, this time from the Charles Page High School 12-yard line. Lathan Boone tries to fake it, but he pitches it late. He makes a play. The option, run pass option to the right, pitches it out to Mr. Micah Tees, and it's touchdown Hornets. Cue the band.
First one of the season, man.
I was going to let you say it. I'm going to let you have it.
Hey, man. Hey, that is big for us, man, because you know what? It's still not too late, like we've been saying all season long. I know it sounds crazy, Hornet fans, but when you're at home and you can put together drives like this, man, that's playoff type of football right there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Guys are looking like they're enthused, jumping around, and then it just made something happen that wasn't there. So that's keeping the play alive.
Number 43, Mr. Luka Patel waits on the snap. It's down. Good hold. The kick is up, and it's good. With 9 minutes and 59 seconds, Hornet fans, the Booker T. Washington Hornets are on the board first, 7-0 over Charles Page High School. And I have to cut everything off to say, yes, This is the offensive efficiency that we've been looking for all season long.
Man, it just looks good to the eye. Look at the enthusiasm from the coaches, the players, and all that. It's just something about when you do it right. And this is what happens. I mean, ain't nothing else to say about it.
The Hornets had 3 first downs on that drive and scored a touchdown and punched it in. That's the type of offensive football that makes you say that makes you say this is a team to be reckoned with. We've had so many starts and stops of our offense this season, 3 and outs, or we get a first down and we get penalties and move us back. It is enlightening to see at this time of year, 8th game of the season, we got some new wrinkles that's making a difference.
And we got to see some different athletes touch the ball. Did you see that? You know, that was great to see.
So the Hornets have kicked it off, received by the Charles Page Sandites, and they bring it back to about the 27-yard line. Decent return, but they're going to scrimmage the first time headed to the north. Charles Page is going to be led by quarterback number 17, Easton Webb. Hornet fans, as I told you, Webb is a freshman leading the Charles Page High School offense. They start out in a bunch box formation to the right, 2 wide receivers. Now they put the running back in motion, angle him out to the right. Here's an RPO. A quick give to number 12 going to the right-hand side. The carry is by Mr. James Schluber. He's a senior defensive back wide receiver. Number 12, he gets some positive yards. So coming from that power formation, Charles Page looks to get it off tackle, had plenty of people over there, and this time they're going empty backfield. This is what a freshman quarterback, Leon.
Man, that says a lot like what this young man's skill set is all about.
So he's going to throw the reverse pass to number 3, who's got a heavy rush by the Hornets. He's still looking to throw it. He's a lefty rolling to his left. He's got a man out there but covered well, and he had to do the best thing for him, which was throw it out of bounds. We ate that play up from the snap. I mean, we recognized that immediately. The throwback pass, you know, trying to get something over the top quick. I mean, it's a wonderful play when you draw it up in the dirt, but I have the opinion when you start running the trick gadget plays, and I mean it, gadget, G-A-D-G-E-T, gadget plays, when you're running them early, that says something to me. It says that I don't know what I can do.
Ooh, you said it so eloquently. I'm not going to comment on that because I feel the same way.
3rd down and 5 for the Sandites. And the quarterback, number 17, Webb, drops back. He had absolutely nobody to look for and nowhere to go. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Hornet defense comes right out with a 3 and out. I mean, I don't know who this team is right now. This is Booker Washington. We've been watching
I
Booker
see that
T.
smirk on your face too, boy. You calling a spade, though, man. But let's go back to that gadget you was just talking about, man. I'm like that. When you start doing that early, that lets me kind of know you don't got nothing in the arsenal.
And I'll go deep into the playbook, but we talking about the first drive, and you got the throwback pass coming in. Here's the punt return by Micah T. He's trying to get here to the near side of the field. He gets the corner. He's trying to walk the tightrope, but he goes out of bounds. He's going to be able to get across midfield. Oh, they're going to move him back a little bit. Looks like T stepped out of bounds at the Hornet 47-yard line. So on the second drive of the night, the Hornets are going to scrimmage just from the shade of the midfield stripe. And just going back to it, Leon, it's one of those things where I'm saying there's nothing wrong with running those type of plays. But you're talking about on the first drive?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean,
I haven't even felt you out a little bit. I haven't even run a dive play. I haven't run any play action. I mean, Sandsprings came in here with a guy that's run for a number of yards this season. I think he's got 14 touchdowns on the ground, somewhere around 300-400 yards rushing, and they haven't given it to him yet. I mean, you at least want to see. I mean, hey, we come from an era of, you know, the first play was always going to be 62 ISO, you know, and they didn't even try that, and they're running a throwback pass.
I mean, we got to test the waters.
Here's Latham Boone with the RPO. He's going to go to his left. He's got a lane. He cuts it up.
So let me say something about this. Have you noticed that we got a little spunk going? I mean, Boone got some juice going on. And are you seeing that, though, from the guy? They juiced up, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you see it. And it shows on the field, man.
This is an offense that's coming out, and I'll be honest with you, this offense that either knows something or they see blood. This is another first down by the Hornets, 4 first downs already in the game. We've got 8 minutes and 3 seconds left. Here's an inside give to Kuron Ross, and he surveys and stays behind his line, gets positive yards. Looks like he's going to be close to a first down. If he didn't get 10, I know he got 9. They might just give him 8 because that's just how the stripes go sometimes. But it's going to be second down and I'd say second down and 2 for the Hornets. And once again, the Hornets are on the move.
Look like we in cruise control right now. Let's see what happens if we can keep this thing going down the highway into this end zone.
You bring up a good point. This offense right now, Hornet fans, looks like it's the second half and you're up by 21. Here's another inside gear to Karan Ross, who surveys, thinks about breaking it outside, but he doesn't. He's stopped up in there real quick by number 24, Dallas Elfritz, a junior defensive lineman who makes a good play there.
Yeah, he did.
By Charles Page High School, so it's going to be a loss on the play. Going to bring up third down and 5. Obvious passing down, but the playbook is open for the Hornets. The way Lathan Boone has been playing with the RPO, he may keep it, he may throw it.
Dallas let him know, though, y'all keep coming over here. This is what you're going to get. You know what I mean? So that was a great play by 24.
It's my world. Y'all just living in it.
Yes, sir.
3 wide receivers here to the near side. Lathan Boone looks back. He's flushed out. He rolls out. He throws deep down the right sideline. Pass intended for number 1, Demetrius Prudhomme, fellow senior. And on that one right there, Lathan Boone just overshoots him a little bit. Going to bring up 4th down and 5 from the Charles Page 32 decision time. Leon.
Man, Boone, if Boone would set his feet right there, that's 6 all day long, bro. I'm just not trying to point it out like I'm being punitive, but if he just calms down on that rollout and set them feet, that's 6 all day long.
Or with no safety over the top, you can throw the ball a little bit more to the inside of the end zone instead of throwing it for the pylon. So 4th down and 5 for the Hornets, faced with their 4th down here tonight. Boone with the check with me. He's got 4 wide receivers. Kuron Ross, the only running back in the backfield in the pistol set. But we've got a timeout called by head coach Jonathan Brown. Got a good crowd here tonight for the Hornets. At kickoff, we had a temperature of 65 degrees. Wind is going to be coming out of the, looks like the wind is coming out of the south at 7 miles per hour. But a nice brisk evening. Some folks would say it's football weather. I consider football weather 95, 96. This cool stuff is for the birds and the folks that want to bring a little something up under the hoodie to keep them warm. Football weather to me is got sweat running.
Come on, man.
But once again, Hornet fans, it's a good turnout. Got a nice crowd here tonight. The band is doing their thing. It's senior night. We fed it 12 seniors tonight. And Leon, I'm really impressed with the swagger, the demeanor, the execution of what we've seen tonight by this offense.
Man, that is so appealing to the eye, man. You know what I mean? You can see that they executed well by practicing these things and coming out here and getting those wrinkles out and putting the offense in a conducive situation, and it's producing positive outcomes too.
And I want to talk to you a little bit about that more. As we go on, those wrinkles is what we like to call them. It's to the naked eye. But here we've got 4th and 5 for Lathan Boone. 4 wide receiver set, 2 by 2. Boone's going to look to his left. The ball comes out quick. He throws an out route. It's going to be complete and good enough for a Hornet first down. Ball thrown to the far side. That's the 3rd catch tonight for number 9, Dalen Mays.
And Boone, again, is knowing that we need 5. He had the pocket presence to know this is what we need. That was just a big-time play right there to keep the chains moving. And look, we got another good drive going.
As a good friend of mine says, this is what you expect from a 4th or 5th year type of guy. Lathan Boone once again on the give inside to Kuron Ross on the RPO. Ross takes it over the left side and then puts his shoulder down. He gets 10 yards on that carry, good enough for another Hornet first down, and the Hornets are on the move again, Hornet fans. It is good to see this. Let me tell you, from high above S.E. Williams Stadium, 6 minutes and 15 seconds, another RPO, Karan Ross, and he's running like a man possessed or a man that knows I got a little scat bag waiting on me to get some time. Karan Ross is going to get about 4 yards, or I'm going to leave it to you. What's that offensive line? What's got into this offensive line?
Man, I thought I was waiting for you. Got to get them boys up front some kudos because I'm looking at them and they locking up and they not letting go of their blocks. You know, a lot of times linemen like to be cheerleaders and look like these guys are football players right now because they locking it up and getting these guys out the way, making it easy for them backs.
2nd and 8 from the 9-yard line. Lathan Boone keeps it himself, runs it over the left side, cuts in, breaks a tackle, and it's touchdown Hornets. Strike up the band. Booker T. Washington is now taking a 13-0 lead over the Charles Page High School Sandites. And once again, Hornet victory is playing. We're 7 minutes into this game, and this offense is clicking, Leon.
It is.
Wow.
Wow is the word of the day for the offense.
W-O-W.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me tell you, this is what we expected to see weeks ago. I'm glad to see it tonight.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
get me wrong, because for what we have as far as the skill position players, if we can just put the threat of Jesus in people, let me tell you something. Once again, the kick is up and good by number 43, Mr. Luca Patel. 5 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 14, the Charles Page High School Sandites 0. Leon.
And we're in the first quarter.
First quarter. Let's talk about that offensive line some more. Let's talk about just the theory of today's offensive line. You know, I have conversations all the time, and people bemoan the fact that linemen don't get in a three-point stance anymore. Everything is a two-point stance,
right.
and with the RPO, guys aren't always trying to put a hat on a hat and drive somebody. It's about the zone schemes. You know, talk about the evolution of the game as somebody that played it, and what's important right now.
Man, I get the term science, and I get the analytics of the game and all of that fancy stuff. But one thing about football, and help me out here, is I understand terminology changes, but some things just don't change. Leverage, strength, and all of those things, power. So I'm going to teach to get in that three-point stand because it teaches you how to keep your power down low, which is so what you need as a lineman in order to be successful at that. When you get in them two-point stands and all of that stuff, it looks great, but you lose a lot there. So for me, I'm going to keep you in that stands because it keeps your power where I need it to be, and then we can go from there. So,
well, the Hornets have kicked off, and backup running back number 38, Michael Washington, on the tackle, takes down the Sandite return man at their own 23-yard line. Once again, they've got 87 yards to go for a score. Here's finally the RPO for Sandsprings, a give up the middle to number 2, Kenneth Page. And there's that strong running back, that running game that I thought we were going to see to open up the game, Leon. He's going to be able to run for about 6 yards or 7 yards. Going to bring up, nope, they're going to give him 8. See what I'm talking about, Hornet
and he's a
fans?
nice running back. I got a chance to see him in times past a couple of years back, so he is a nice dandy for him.
2nd and 2, and Page is going to basically bust it up, then cuts outside. He's got a big gain on his hands, good enough for a Charles Page first down. And I mean, on that one, Leon, the first play, it looked like he was just probing, and that one, he was shot out of the cannon.
Yeah,
He hit the hole.
He's a big boy, experienced back, so, you know, he's coming over here like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, absolutely. Brings up first down for the Sandites. Once again, another RPO. Same give over the right side for Page, but this time the Hornets are basically going to take away a little gap integrity and get right there, but he's still going to be able to fall for positive yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Charles Page High School Sandites. Got to give a shout out to a fellow Oklahoma State alum that's on the Charles Page sideline, Mr. Jay Fleshman. So I gotta give love to my 88 compatriot, Mr. Fleshman. So we've got a 3-by-1 formation, a little bit of a ninja formation here to the near side. Once again, RPO, nope, the quarterback was looking like he was going to throw it, but we've got an immediate pass rush and taken down by a host of Hornets, led by number 21 coming from the linebacker position. That's Anthony Harris. Number 21, Anthony Harris, in on the sack for a loss. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Sandites.
Man, you said something, and you took the words right out of my mouth because you said it so eloquently. Night Train Lane used to say that all the time back in the day when we played, tackled by a host of Hornets.
You got to
He
have a
said it
host
lot.
of them.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Sandsprings is going to be given a flag on this one. Looks like we're going to have a legal procedure penalty. Nope, actually it's going to be offsides on the Hornets, Hornet fans. There's something you call home cooking, but it seems like the stripes is always never on our side. So it's going to give 5 yards to the Sandites. Going to bring up 3rd down and 5 from the Hornet 48-yard line. This is Charles Page's High School's first foray into our side of the field. They're headed north. Check with me action, number 17, Easton Webb, the freshman. checking with the sidelines to see the play, get the play. 3-by-1 wide receiver formation. 3 guys here to the near side. Takes a snap, RPO, gives it up into the middle of the line. Once again, number 2, Kenneth Page on the run. But once again, he's tackled by a host of Hornets in orange, and they put the sting on. Even number 4, Grayson Chalk, coming from the safety position, coming up to make the tackle on that play. Number 18, Devin Crawford was there for the tackle.
Man, I don't know if the Hornets pregame meal has something to do with it or what, but man, everything is on
Something's
5 right now. When I say 5-star, that's what I mean.
Something is going on here at S.E.
Yes,
Williams
sir.
tonight, Hornet fans. Charles Page is going to punt. Second punt of the night. That's going to go back.
He's gonna
Finally
get it.
picked up.
Oh,
Trying to get
if he can get
some space. He's
he
running
gonna do?
backwards. He's trying to get the corner, and he gets it. Little high step and finally run out of bounds. That's Micah T's. You know, it's not how you draw it up.
Right.
Anything inside the 10, you just want to let it go and pray for the touchback. But he did get some positive yards out of it.
He better have. With that, like you said, you know, he better have, because that's a chewing out, right?
Absolutely. I think Tees is actually going to make it all the way back to the 23-yard line, the 24-yard line. So the Hornets are going to have their third possession of the night. Going to start their third possession of the night with 2 minutes and 54 seconds here in the first quarter. And things have been happening tonight, Leon, that as a 4-4 team, you sit here, we're starting to talk about making statements.
Man, again, the big guys up front, man, they're doing a Herculean effort, you all. I'm telling you, man, they making everything so easy for Boone and the rest of the crew back there, man. You all just need to give these guys their props, so they're getting it in up there.
Charles Page brings a 3-man front. He's got pressure, and Lathan Boone is looked to be taken
he
down,
got it away,
but he got it off.
And he got it off. The referee let the play stay alive, too.
You
That was
talk about
impressive.
an indefatigable effort by Lathan Boone in the grass, spun around inside his 5-yard line. He got the pass off. It's going to fall incomplete, but it's not a loss on the play. And I'm going to say it again, an indefatigable effort by Mr. Lathan Boone to keep fighting and to get that pass off.
And, you know, I want to say it right here. Remember, we were talking about some of the advantages of being at home. You get some of that home cooking, and we got a little bit of it right there.
3-by-1 formation, 3 wide receivers here to the near side. Lathan Boone in the pistol formation, gets the snap. Inside give to Karan Ross. He pounds up the middle. Their big number 60, Darian Melendez, blocking downfield for the Hornets. Got some positive yards, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 deep in Hornet territory.
Speaking of Melendez, he goes back to Coach Melendez, who used to coach up here. That's his grandson.
Jamie Melendez.
And that guy looks – I seen him last week, and I said, oh, my God, who are you? So he's a great-looking athlete and a great football player as well.
Some of that Hornet legacy.
Yes, sir.
Here's Lathan Boone looking. Now he's going to scramble to his right, but the ball might have been hit. They're going to say it was incomplete. So Lathan Boone was actually in the throwing motion, although he was hit from the back. They're going to say the pass was in the throwing motion, not a fumble. Going to be an incomplete pass. So for the first time tonight, the Hornets did not get a first down after taking possession. Going to bring up a 4th down and 7 from the 26-yard line, and the Hornets are in punt formation for the first time tonight. Now, a lot of things have looked good. Special teams have to be special. So we've seen some things on special teams for this team this year, Leon. Let's see how crisp we are at the execution of this punt. Snap is back. He's got it up, and it's away. May have been tipped. It's going to be a high punt. It's going to be a short punt. The ball is bouncing on this side of near field. It may do its duck walk to about the 49-yard line and be down there. So the Charles Page Sandites are going to start from the Hornet 49-yard line with 2 minutes and 1 second left in the first quarter. So, Leon, did you see any adjustments by Charles Page on that drive, or was that just, you know, the plays we called that just weren't successful?
Yeah, it's just the plays we called, and the drive was killed with the with the way we went about our execution. And so we come back and we get a short field. We got to play defense to come back out and get things rolling.
Freshman quarterback Easton Webb brings the Sandites out. Looks for the inside cross butt give, but he hands it off to the running back, number 2, Kenneth Page, for a few yards. You know, a lot of backfield action on a play like that, but you don't get a lot of downhill rushing unless the offensive line really fires off the ball and gets a big push. with all that action that they had, all they got was about a yard. So
Man, that's the hats off to our front, man. Our defensive front is stout, man. They ain't having it, man. You know what I mean? They getting up the field, and the boys can run, and this is what happened. We cipher you down, and Hornets team for real. Look at that.
17 keeps it himself on the RPO, tries to cut it up, but once again, Hornets are right there fooling nobody. We played the RPO the best you can. He's going to be able to fall for about a yard. Going to bring up third down, absolutely no game on the play. That's number 17 freshman Easton Webb, and you start to wonder to yourself, is the freshman seeing things? I know one thing, when he sees big number 58 Amandre Tiger in there across from him, he's got to think, who's going to clean that man up for me? Third down for the Sandites. Webb don't roll into his left, but he throws back to his right. He's got a man. The pass is going to be complete. Pass complete to number 3, Brody Rutledge, who had played quarterback for Sandsprings 2 years ago. If you remember, you may have remembered that kid playing quarterback. But Brody Rutledge on the completion right now for the Sandites gets a first down.
Okay.
So they move the ball down to the Hornet 33 with less than a minute in the first quarter. Webb in the pistol, gets the snap, RPO, keeps it himself, running over the right-hand side. He's not a nifty runner, just enough to get positive yards. Gonna get about 5 or 6 on the play. Webb does get 6, is gonna bring up second down and 4. And here's a situation for the Hornets defense for the first time tonight. Leon, we've got a situation where the defense needs to bow their back a little bit and try to shut some things down.
Well, Sandsprings, for the most part, look like they're trying to settle down into their offense. And defense got to bend, but don't break. And we're capable of doing that. So we play style. Once we figure it out, speed kills, and we'll just execute it like that.
So that's the end of the first quarter, Hornet fans. And we've got good news for you. It's your Booker T. Washington Hornets 14, Charles Page High School Sandites 0. So, Leon, we've had some positive things happen for the offense tonight. It's good to see our offense be productive and effective tonight. I'm looking up some sponsors as we speak. Going to get that information to you. We appreciate all you Hornet fans. I think the last time I checked, there were over 300 subscribers here to Booker T. Washington Football TV on YouTube. And Hornet fans, we need you to spread the word. This is the place. If you can't be in the stands, this is the place for the fans. Watch the broadcast. We're bringing you your Hornets every single week that we can be here. Nothing like watching that orange and black on Friday nights. You know what I'm saying, Leon?
Yeah, you said, Friday night football in Oklahoma, man, if you hadn't experienced it, you need to come up here to SC Williams and see what it's like, because it's for real.
So I wanted to take some time tonight to give some information about some things that we have going on. We've talked about it a little bit, but we're going to have the first play here of the second quarter. 17 Webb gets the snap from the pistol. Once again, he's going to hand it off, and immediately coming from the linebacker position is number 21, Anthony Harris, and followed up by all the Hornets dressed in orange.
So let's give the defense credit. They realize that there is a freshman up under the center, and they're bringing the heat. We showing it. And guess what? They're saying, freshman, can you handle this? And right now, it looks like he's in for a long night, because them boys is swarming to the football on defense. Showing it again.
So Webb drops back, looks to his left, throws into the middle of the field. A very good route, falling into the middle of the defense. And once again, that's the second reception of the night for number 3, Brody Rutledge. Good enough for another Sandite first down. Moving deep now into the Hornet red zone. The Charles Page Sandites are now on their best drive of the evening to try to threaten and bring it to a one-score football game. Hornet defense, led by the big guys there in the middle, have been bruisers all season long up front. Our four-man line, two linebackers to the edge and 2 guys up front have done a lot of work. Hopefully they can keep him out of the end zone. Here's Webb once again trying to make the quick pass, which was defended well. Webb had nothing he could do but try to keep it. And he runs it to the middle of the field, but he's only going to have a short gain, maybe fall for a yard. And Leon, it's just like you say, as a freshman, it seems to be obvious from a defensive standpoint that we're trying to take away a lot of stuff that he may want to do. Great film study and great execution is what we're saying here
Yes,
tonight.
sir. Yes, sir.
Going to bring up 2nd down and 8 from the Hornet 18. Pistol formation with a fullback in the game. Going to try to run over the right-hand side with the RPO. He breaks it back out to the left,
Tiger.
and he's going to be taking down Amandre Tiger. And let me tell you, Hornet fans, when he puts a paw on you, you going to feel it.
Tony the Tiger. Madre Tiger.
I mean, Amandre Tiger got into the backfield and took the running back number 2, Kenneth Page, down. And it's one of those things, I think somebody used to say it was that two-man effect where you had one that was going to kill him and the other one was going to notify the next of kin. Bringing up 3rd down and 11 from the Hornet 19-yard line for the Charles Spade Sandites. 2-by-1 formation with a fullback flex to the left-hand side. Webb is going to look to throw the fade to the far side. He's got a man, passes up, and it's going to be caught. Nice. Touchdown. Great touch pass. Going to be caught by James Schluber. That's his first reception of the evening. He had a pass that was intended for him earlier that he wasn't able to bring in, but that's a touchdown. Sandites 14-6 Hornets. Sandites are on the board, Hornet fans.
And you know what? We talked about the freshman, but he found what he wanted, a one-on-one matchup.
Good route.
He took it.
Good route.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times when you run that boundary route and the hold is down, the kick is up, and it's good. What I'm saying, Leon, is when you run that go route, especially in the red zone, a lot of time the defensive back will run you basically right to the sideline and where you can't make a catch in bounds. And Schluber on that one right there knew where he was going. He got up on the defensive back and basically maintained his trajectory going straight down the field, straight to the back pylon, and all he had to do was run, and the ball was in the basket.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just good execution.
Like I said, great play.
Great play. Want to acknowledge some of our sponsors, the Westview Medical Center, the Tyler Lockett Lock It Up Foundation, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, Lefties on Greenwood. Hornet fans, you know the place to go after the game is over. Get down on Greenwood and get into Lefties. I hear they even have ping pong on Sunday nights, Leon. Do you do ping pong?
Man, I do play ping pong. That's what we grew up on. You know that, man.
Lefties ping pong on Sunday night, Hornet fans. If you have those aches and pains and you're not going to get out and get on the basketball court or run around the block, you can get down to Lefties and play a little ping pong, talk a little noise, and have a little libation.
Yeah.
Hornet fans, we appreciate y'all for watching tonight. 9 minutes, 28 seconds, and for the second time tonight, Charles Page is going to be attempting a short kickoff once again. Just going to be over that second line of the kickoff return, and I'm starting to believe that we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's when it comes to the kickoffs, Leon, because I don't know if the young man can kick it deep, but it's one of those things that when he kicks it high enough that somebody from the opposite team can run down there and catch that.
Yeah.
So the Hornets are going to start their 4th drive of the evening. They have 6 first downs on the night. They didn't pick up a first down the last time they had the ball. 9 minutes, 25 seconds left in the half. Going to be 1st and 10 from their 29-yard line. Lathan Boone, Karan Ross is still in the backfield. Tees in motion to the far side. Boone has a snap, looks to his right, going to cut it up, has got an alley, going to run and get out of bounds. Good enough for, once again, a Hornet first down. And I'll say it, the Hornets are on the move.
Yeah.
That's that 4th-year quarterback right there. He was looking. He moved himself a little bit to stay away from the rush, and he just got what he could get, and it's 11
Taking
yards.
what the defense gives him, man. I mean, he settled in. I mean, that's great poise and composure by Boone right now. Leading the offense and getting us to move these chains, and that's the objective right here is to keep the chains moving. So, great job by the offense.
So we've got 3-by-1 formation, 3 wide receivers here to the near side. Clock is running here in the second quarter. Once again, T's in motion to the far side. Now a 2-by-2 wide receiver set. Boone rolling to his right. He's looking. Apollo sweep. Going to be able to cut it up and put his head down and try to get some extra yards. Lathan Boone's going to pick up about 5 yards on that carry right there.
Boone, let's get that head up and get them shoulder pass down. Great execution and whatever, but protect yourself on that, son. We need you.
What do they say when you get in the square circle? Protect yourself at all
Yes, sir.
times.
Yes, sir.
Hornets are going to huddle now, going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 from their 42-yard line. Once again, they start out in a 3-by-1 formation. 3 wide receivers here to the near side. Lathan Boone surveys, looks, fakes the RPO, passes out to Micah Tease. He's got it. He's trying to get the sideline, and he just might walk that dog, and he's at the 5-yard line. Touchdown, Hornets. Cue up the band, play Hornet victory. Micah Tease just went 55 yards. Touchdown, Hornets on the swing throw from Lathan Boone. We gotta love it, Hornet fans. The Hornets are on the board once again. 8 minutes, 48 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. The Hornets take a 20-7 lead. And Leon, it's beauty in the simplicity.
Man, we're going back to getting the ball. Look, Boone is not having to make much reads. They know what they want to do. They obviously have found something on film that they like, and the Hornets are taking advantage of it, and this is what's happening. I mean, they're not being indecisive, and then the offense is really clicking and executing.
I want to talk about that after this extra point attempt, Leon, but we can start the conversation right now. It's obvious that Coach Jonathan Brown and his staff has done the film review of Charles Page High School, and this is a 5-3 football team that came in here. Now, that may, from what we're seeing now, that may be dependent on who they played in the schedule win, but they're still coming in here 5-3, and we're having our way with this team.
And I'm liking it because, remember, the game plan for us was they looking for big chunks. If you notice, we shortened it up. Now, they wasn't ready for that, and I love that part that we put into our offense.
Nothing but a swing pass. You fake the RPO action, get the ball into Tease's hands, and basically once he goes from catching it in the Z position, the X position, the kick is up, and it's going to be no good. So it's still going to be a lead of 20-7 for the Hornets. But what I was saying is Tease in that X position, the inside position, catches that swing pass, and now all he has to do is run inside of the wide receiver that's in the Z, the wide guy. You run inside that guy who's giving you a block, and the defense has to make a decision. Is he coming in or is he going out? And he's got the speed. If he decides to go out, then like I say, he's going to walk that dog. I mean, it's the beauty is in the simplicity. And once again, you have a 58-yard pitch and catch, and all that was pitch and catch, Leon.
That's all it was.
Hornets on the board once again. Go ahead.
So again, I'm just giving kudos to the offense, man. When you go back and say, let's look at what we do and what we can do, this is what you get.
So once again, number 43, Luca Patel, a sophomore kicker for the Hornets, has got the ball set up. Going to be kicking to the north. Patel has it teed up. He puts a foot to it. Going to be a short kick taken at the 15-yard line for the Sandites. Number 10, Kyle Morale has it, and he's going to run here to the near side, but going to be taken down by the first Hornet that he encounters. So the Sandites are going to have the ball first down at the 27-yard line. First down at their 27-yard line. Excuse me. Yeah, their 27-yard line. And once again, the defense is out on the field. Hornet fans, we appreciate sponsors like Chase Mortgage, Kirk Jones, real agent, mortgage lender. For your mortgage needs, please get in touch with Mr. Kirk Jones. We'll try to shout out a phone number. So the quarterback for the Sandites drops back. He ducks up under the rush and basically is able to run and get here to the Hornet sideline, and he's going to be taken down a little bit late, going to tack on another 15 yards, and that's what you don't want to see, Leon. I mean, you don't want to see a situation where you're making a tackle just because you're upset.
Right. I mean, that's that emotional side. We know it's an emotional game, but you got to check them because that does us no good, especially in the failed clutch and when we're in a game where we're trying to produce positives, and we don't need that. So get that under control, Hornet fans.
So with the extra 15 yards tacked on, the ball's going to move deeper into Hornet territory, and it's one of those situations where, you know, we already had the Sandites kind of reeling with that quick strike offense that we just had, but now we've put the ball deep back into our territory, getting deeper into our territory. Here's an inside give. Nope. Once again, the quarterback is going to run the zone read, and he's going to keep it. Trying to get some positive yards here over the right side.
Kills, man. Speed is what it is. We got that speed, man. We'll cut them edges off on you so quick. Like when the females at the beauty shop, they need to get them edges cut out right quick. That's what happens when you mess with that Hornet defense.
That's what that speed
We're
does,
gonna
Leon.
cut them edges off quick.
Not gonna lay the edges down. You
Nah,
gonna
you
cut them off.
cut them out. You need to cut them out.
So it brings up second down and 8 from the Hornet 38-yard line for the Charles Page Sandites. Here's runaway motion, but taken down hard
62,
by big
that boy.
number 62. That is Elias Sherman. And I can tell you with 100% certainty, he's cleaned somebody's clock on that one.
Man, when I was coming in, they was talking about he's your senior night. And in his profile, it said that he expects to play D1 somewhere. And that's the reason why for plays like that.
Absolutely. After that loss, it brings up third down and 15. The Sandites are going to try to run the screen, try to catch the Hornets sleeping. The pass was overthrown and almost intercepted by number 30, Aiden Walker, coming from the linebacker position. But from a promising drive that started out for the Sandites, it's going to end up with a 4th and 15 from the Hornet 45-yard line, and they're bringing in the punt team. Number 19, Jonathan Daniels, is coming in to punt. Miles Tees is back deep.
Are you noticing something, though? Coach Brown look like he been coaching the defense a little bit, too. I mean, he got the headset on. Look at the wrinkles, though. I mean, look at that. Look, check it out.
I didn't notice that.
He right here down here sitting on the 40. I noticed he had the headset on and was a little more.
Little bit more animated. A little bit
There
more
you go.
animated
That's
out of
what-
Jonathan Brown.
Look. There
He
you go.
does have a headset
And that's
on
what
right
we used
now
to seeing from JB, man. That's the JB
that
right
we
there.
know and love.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. That we've come to love
and
after
the
3
kids
years.
responded to that. Look at that. I mean,
Absolutely.
good job,
Absolutely.
Coach Brown.
Absolutely. And those wrinkles that we're talking about, the things that we've seen different tonight, you know, the motions, the throwback passes into the backfield to get the ball out of Lathan Boone's hands quick. You know, these are the wrinkles that we're talking about on offense that we haven't seen. You know, what we haven't seen is putting Micah Tees into the backfield. We saw that several games ago. You put him into the backfield, the defense don't know where he's going to get the ball. These are the type of things with the athletes we have that if we can execute, it puts so much pressure on the defense, they don't know which way if they're going or if they're coming.
I mean, that's it, bro.
3-by-1 formation for Lathan Boone. He looks to his right. He's going to throw this quick slant. The pass is going to be incomplete. Excuse me,
Yeah, he
pass is
caught
going to be
that.
complete.
Yeah, I got it.
Pass is going to be complete
Getting the
to
ball
number
out
1,
quick, man. I love
Demetrius
it.
Prudhomme.
I love it. I love it, man. These guys are quick enough and fast enough to where if you get the ball in their hand, they're going to do the rest, man. You know that.
And Lathan Boone has been decisive in his throws tonight. It's when he's thrown it, and when he hasn't, he's pulled it down and tried to do something.
Love it, love it, love it.
2-by-2 ninja formation for the Hornets. Here's the inside give fake. Lathan Boone running to his left. He's got an angle. He's trying to get upfield. Going to be finally wrestled down by the Sandites. Going to be good enough for a first down for the Hornets.
For a minute there, he looking like Cam Newton out there. He looking big out there, and you know,
He
the
trying
way
to-
he running out there, he running
going-
strong and
And oh
with
my
some
God,
juice.
I got a big body.
Yeah, and so it just looked like he looks really like he's locked in tonight, and that's a good attribute to have from your senior quarterback. And he's razor sharp right now.
We're going to have the first timeout taken tonight by the Charles Page High School Sandites. And while we have a timeout, I wanted to give Hornet fans some information about the Health of the Hive Capital Campaign. It's a capital campaign being led by the Booker T. Washington Foundation for Excellence, the goal of which is to improve the health of the hive by building a world-class facility on the Booker T. Washington campus designed to educate students and athletes in lifelong habits that promote physical, nutritional, and mental health. To achieve this goal, the foundation is looking to raise $3 million from B.T.W. supporters, alumni, and the broader community. With the money raised, the foundation will build a new 5,200 square foot facility on the Booker T. Washington campus that will be equipped with the latest strength, cardio, and physio equipment. Support will also be used to endow a full-time health wellness coordinator who will work with both the students and the athletes. This Health of the Hive campaign and facility will benefit the students by engaging them in a curriculum that teaches lifelong habits around proper physical exercise, nutrition, and mental health. More information will be forthcoming about the Health of the Hive campaign so that you can donate and show your support for Booker T. All right, so We're going to have first down and 10 from the Hornet 39-yard line. We've got Michael Washington with his first carry of the night, tries to duck inside but takes it outside on the carry.
Michael Washington, the ball carrier. There's a penalty flag in the
I hear we have some technical issues. I think the broadcast says the opponent is the Ruffers. We're playing the Sandites tonight. We played the Muskogee Ruffers last week. Our opponent tonight is the Charles Page High School Sandites. After that run by Washington, there's a flag on the play. I believe it's going to be a personal foul. Could be a low block by the Hornets, but it's taking them back 15 yards. Going to make it first and 22 from the Hornet 27-yard line. So here's another one of those situations, Leon, where we look like we got it going and then we put it in reverse.
Yeah, and that tends to happen a lot, and that's what I really don't like to see about us. If we could just keep it going, man, we can. I don't know. Well, that was close, wasn't it?
That was close. The pass was intended for number 1, Demetrius Prudom, and Prudom was covered immediately right there. I think Boone was definitely trying to get rid of it quick to maybe get a quick hitter and get Prudom in the middle of the field where he could high step and take it to the end zone. But with the coverage being very, very close and right up on him by number 24, that's Dallas Elfreds, who we've called his name a couple of times tonight, the pass falls incomplete. So it's going to bring up second down and 22 from the Hornet 27. Hornets headed north, 3-by-1 formation. Nobody in motion. Boone gets it. He's looking left. Throws the out route. He guns it here to the near side. Pass is going to be complete to number 2, Keonta rushing. Keonta makes a reception for the Hornets. So that's going to bring up a third down and long for the Hornets. Still behind the sticks. Going to bring up about third and 13 for the Hornets from their 36-yard line. This is a testy play right here, Leon. We don't want to be greedy, but
right.
we do want to try to get a first down. Boone gets the snap, looking to the near side, steps up, has a rush, but he steps up into it. He's able to get positive yards, but he's not going to be able to get enough for a first down. And that's one of those situations, Leon, where Boone decided to run it, tucked it immediately, but the lanes really weren't there. That's good defensive assignment football that even though you have a 3-man rush, you've got several linebackers that are at that second level that on a long down like that, they can converge quick.
And the defense played it well. You know, they played us like that we were anticipating the deep ball, and then the linebackers came up and just made a great play. So they took away what we were trying to do because we put ourselves in that predicament on offense as well. So
here's the second punt of the night, and he's going to be taken down, hit hard by the Sandites, and they make no mistake there.
They brought the house.
They brought the house, and basically they paying the rent on that one. Number 43, Luca Patel, is definitely going to be coming to the sideline talking about who, what, and why. Why did y'all do me like that?
And that's a point. Good point. Remember, we the offense put us in a bad situation down there, and this sets you up for those type of situations and predicaments that can happen. And you know, special teams has been iffy for us all season long. So
that's a momentum play. That's a momentum play. So the Sandites are going to start with great field position for freshman quarterback Easton Webb. He's basically run the Sandites offense all night. We've got a tight formation, put the running back in motion to the flex position. Now we've got a man coming in motion across the formation. They pitch it back to him. He tries to cut it out to the left, tries to cut it back. That's Hubler. He's going to get positive yards. Got about 7 before he's basically held up and taken down by the Hornets. 4 minutes, 23 seconds left in the half. And although several Hornets were there on the tackle, Hubler is able to take that wide receiver reverse with the pitch from the quarterback for positive yardage and get plenty of blocking over there. Going to bring up second down and 5. Are they going under center? Yes, sir. There we go. We got an eye backfield with a give off the left-hand side and immediately.
The Hornets ain't having it. They're not having it. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Did you see that?
I have to laugh. It's been a while since I've been able to say we've got an eye backfield, but right there is number 30. That's looked like Aiden Walker that came off the edge.
Who was one?
And Demetrius Prudom coming off
the edge.
They
both on there, man. They cutting that off like a bad edge from a bad hair day, I'm telling you.
Once again under center in the eye backfield. The quarterback draws back, rolls out to his right, throws the out route. Nice looking play. Passes into the flat to number 11. That's Mark Matheson. That's the former quarterback, number 11, big, thick kid for the Sandites, and he's going to have good enough yardage for a first down. Now, that's the offense that I know. That's basically, you get it from the snap. That's true play action. Fullback dive into the middle, and they're in the same eye set. Hey, let's reminisce a little bit. Once again, here's the give up to the two-hole, and he's going to be stopped immediately. Number 7 in there for the Hornets. That's Jaden Oates, along with another host of Hornet characters to wrap up the ball carrier, number 2, Kenneth Page, and take him down. But it is a bright spot to see a little I formation.
So that says one or two things to me, that they don't give us the respect that we deserve, but guess what? We got to earn it. So Sandsprings getting in that I formation, and they running the ball. So this is a lineman's dream right now on both sides of the ball to see who going to win the line of scrimmage.
Tight end right, trying to run over the 6-hole this time. Tries to hit the hole, but taken down by number 50. Let's see, I think that was 59. Another host of Hornets on the tackle.
Tiger, 58.
It was 58. I was looking
58.
for 59, but Amandre Tiger coming in on the cleanup man, and he takes down the running back, Kenneth Page. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 from the 11-yard line. The Sandites are threatening.
I don't know if Tiger must have been eating some Frosted Flakes, huh? The taste of Tony's Frosted Flakes, you understand? Because he all over the place up there.
Hornet coach Jonathan Brown calls a timeout, and he's going to rally the Hornets here now on the field. The defensive coaches are talking to the Hornets. Let's talk about Kate Bohannon Real Estate, who sells Tulsa. She's another one of our wonderful Hornet sponsors. Without her, this would not be possible. Westview Medical Center. We've talked about them before. They're another Hornet sponsor here on senior night from S.E. Williams Stadium. And seeing I formation, Leon, that takes me back, man. It's fun to see. Don't get me wrong. I love the 3 wides, the 2 wides, the 5 wides. But it's fun to see a little I formation. It's been a long time since I've been able to call a game and talk about it.
Yeah, just old school, good old-fashioned football, really.
But you got to say that the head coach for Sandsprings is obviously thinking, well, I think they're a little bit soft up the middle. Let me go ahead and try to get what I can get.
Yeah.
So after the timeout by Coach Brown with 2 minutes and 1 second left in the half, the Hornet defense is trying to stop the Sandites from cutting this to a 1-score football game. Freshman quarterback Easton Webb back now in the pistol with Kenneth Page to his left. Tries to draw the Hornets off sides. Play clock down to 15 seconds. A little check with me. They're going to run the play clock down below 10 seconds. Trying to see exactly what they're going to do. Hornets have a 3-man line. Linebackers are stepping up. Play clock down to 3. Webb has it. He's going to try to throw the deep pass once again to the end zone. And the pass is caught. We're waiting for the signal from the referees. There's no back referee. And the referee is going to be waving it off, saying the pass was incomplete. He did not. Whoa. After a referee conference, it's touchdown Sandites. Where
you
did
said
that come from?
The back judge was nowhere to be found.
There was
the
nobody.
The side judge was not even close.
The referee.
I don't even know how they were able to come to the conclusion that he caught that. Honestly, no referee, like I said, the side judge nor the back judge was in a position. We seen it from up here, and it looked questionable. And when it's questionable, what do you go with?
Questionable is incomplete.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Wow, touchdown Sandites with 1 minute and 55 seconds left in the half. Another nice pass from quarterback Easton Webb. So we're going to have an offsides going to be called against the Hornets that's going to move the ball half the distance to the half-yard line. Sandsprings is setting up to kick the extra point.
And I want to go back to so for situations like this, that's why it's imperative that our offense, what I like to say, we tend to sputter sometimes. And when we sputter, then we get teams like this back into the ball game when we had it going and we let up off the gas. And so this puts us in a predicament where we come back and now we're rushing and we're out of tune again.
I mean, to say it succinctly, it was a two-score game and it was looking like it could be a blowout. Now we've got a one-score game, and with the wrinkles that Sandsprings has shown us going into the second half, they've got the momentum based on, well, if we're here, we can run this.
Yeah,
If we're
you
there,
saw
we
what they
can run
did. They
this.
jumped in that I formation, like you said. That was a statement formation to me. I mean, you rarely see it, but when you get into it and you just running straight down here, you like we feel like we found something. We're tough. We're in their house. We're gonna show them that we can take this.
So we've got a minute and 55 seconds left in the half, Leon. We know what the last two offensive possessions have looked like. We scored a touchdown, and then we had one, and we went in basic reverse, okay? I asked you the question, are you trying to get points here, or do you basically try to get into the locker room and work on adjustments for the second half?
We got to get points, man, because, again, this offense is not a luxury to even sit in cruise control. We got to mash on the gas, and we got to stay on it. We can't let off of it.
I can't argue with anything you just said. I want to know how you felt about it,
Yeah,
because it's a decision
55.
that you have to make.
Yes, sir.
So the kicker for Sandsprings this time tries to kick it deep, and he kicks it out of bounds. So that's something in the Hornet favor by kicking the ball out of bounds. The Hornets are going to be able to start this particular drive from the 35-yard line. 1 minute 55 seconds left in the half. 1st and 10 for the Hornets. As anybody will tell you, in a 2-minute drill, the first play is the most important play of the drive. It's the
sets the tone in the 2-minute drill.
It sets the tone. It's the most important play. You want to get something positive on the first play because it puts, no matter who you're playing against, it plants the seeds of doubt into the defense.
And I hope we would have Boone with the next play. Then the next play, I'm just trying to make it funny, but hope that he has the 2-minute offense in his head to where we can keep it going. So,
Hornet fans, we hope you're enjoying it. We've got a nice game for you tonight. It's been somewhat back and forth. We've got a 2x2 4-man, 4-wide receiver set for the Hornets. Once again, Lathan Boone, the senior quarterback here on senior night in the pistol formation, takes a snap, looks to his left. He's got pressure, and he's going to be wrapped up. Hornets and Sandites are all back there together. Didn't get any opportunity to do anything with the football instead of pull it down. And Leon, like I said, the first play is the most important on the drive inside of 2 minutes. Now you get a situation where you just lost, 8 yards or it's 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 16, your 29-yard line. Now you have to start thinking about what are we doing.
Right.
Once again, a 2x2 formation for the Hornets. They're in the spread. They've got the pistol formation going. Lathan Boone takes the snap, looks left, surveying the field. He's going deep. He's got a man, and it's Micah Tees to run up under it if he can.
Ooh, the other guy got it. Who is that?
But it's going to be a reception by Grayson Chalk.
Yeah. And pulled a groin on that.
Lathan Boone dropped back and just threw a bomb to the middle of the field. Grayson Chalk and Micah Tees were both running a post route, got on top of the defense. The ball was underthrown. Tees came long left to get up under it, almost like a punt, and he and Chalk basically run into each other. Chalk comes down with the reception, but we got 2 Hornets that are potentially injured on the play.
And Chalk made the play, right?
Yes, sir.
So it looks like he pulled his groin or something, but I love the extra effort. I hate that he got injured on there, but he made a play right there because it could have went either way to Tees or Chalk, and Chalk came up there and got that.
Chalk basically saw the ball, A, in the air, and B, I'm behind my man, I'm going to go get it because, hey, it's a live ball. I mean, there was no safety deep on the play, and Chalk went and got it. Unfortunately for him and his teammate, they ended up running into each other. So with that first down, good enough for a first down for the Hornets. It moves the ball from their 29, actually flips the field.
He gets up, though. That's good.
It flips the field. The Hornets scrimmaged down before that play from their 29-yard line. They now have the ball on the Sandite 18-yard line. First down, 1 minute and 7 seconds left. And hey, it was
aggressive.
It was aggressive
like
and some luck involved because obviously Tees was open.
And it was short a little, but again, we made a play on it, and the intent was there, and we capitalized. I mean,
we went from what are we doing to now let's go get a score. So the Hornets first down, getting into the red zone territory of the Sandites. Boone gets the snap, steps back, looks up, running to his left. He throws it into the end
Oh
zone.
man, come on, get that down. So
The pass is going to be incomplete, intended for number 14. Here we go. That's Takari Bethel. That's another one of the freshmen. That's another freshman getting playing time, Leon. That's a kid that wasn't on the varsity roster when we started the season. And as I was saying to somebody before the game, some of the reason these freshmen are playing is because we need people to come and make plays. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Hornets. 3-by-1 formation. We've got number 2, Keonta rushing with a short wide set on the top side. Boone looking. This time he throws the ball. Going to be gunned down inside the 10-yard line. The pass is going to be complete
to Prudhomme.
Demetrius Prudhomme once again on the reception. The clock is running inside of 40 seconds. The Hornets are going to have to hurry. The pass is going to be good enough for another Hornet 1st down.
Well, we letting a lot of time go out the clock. Come on, let's go, guys.
Boone takes the snap, but
we let like 20 seconds tick off the clock.
So a timeout is going to be taken by the Sandsprings Sandites. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I know that I saw the clock was at 40 seconds when we were still lining up, and right now the clock sits at 29.3 seconds. So I know we lost at least 10 seconds just lining up. But as it sits, we have 1st down and 10 at the Sandite 11-yard line.
We have no error or no room right now to be indecisive. We got 29 seconds. We sitting here on this 10-yard line, and we got an opportunity to punch it in. And I hope that we got it drawn up for that opportunity.
Now, to reset everything, Hornet fans, we've used 1 timeout. I know we should have 2 timeouts available if we need to try to get the field goal unit into the game to kick a field goal. You know, things can be a little bit iffy about kicking a field goal, but it's right now about a 22-yard field goal attempt from the 11-yard line.
You said it. I mean, that iffiness makes me say, offense, we got to punch this in. We can't leave out here with nothing.
Absolutely. Once again, a good crowd in the stands. A nice 60-degree evening here at S.E. Williams Stadium. Still got fans coming in, taking their seats. Hornets are in the beautiful burnt orange tonight. Number 9 in motion to the 3-by-1 set. Looks for the fade to the near side.
Touchdown.
The pass is caught, and it looks like once
That's
again waiting on the official. We got Micah T strike up the band, touchdown. It took the official.
Nice. That's what we were talking about, Byron.
It took the official as much time on this end to call the play good as it did on the other end, but touchdown Hornets. Lathan Boone and Micah T's a beautiful fade route over the top, and with 25.2 seconds left in the drive, left on the clock, the Hornets get 6.
I like the decision with 1:55 not to kneel on it.
No, but the thing is, let's call it out. We got the ball with a 1:55. We score. We leave 25 seconds left on the clock. You called it and said we needed to go get 6, and we got it. Here's the point after attempt. Going to be a hot route because the snap wasn't good. Lathan Boone takes a snap and he fights once again. Another indefatigable play by Lathan Boone. He runs right, pulls a man in, and it's good for 2. Extra point is good by the Hornets. Lathan Boone on the scramble.
Ain't that a luxury, though, to have your quarterback? I know some people probably would frown on that, but in high school you can get away with it, and that's what happens when you got your quarterback as the holder. It's always alive, and he can make something happen with it.
Well, let's just talk about that. Normally the holder is the backup quarterback or former backup quarterback, number 8, Isaac Fain. Fain is not suited out tonight.
Okay.
He's in street clothes, so I think he got hurt in the Muskogee game. He's not suited out. I saw that during the senior night festivities. But having Lathan Boone back there, I mean, definitely he's been running like a big boy tonight. You know, and that's another example of him running like a big boy tonight.
Boone been at the Wild Week or something, huh?
I think he's lifting here. He's lifting in the Nate
He getting some extra in there somewhere.
Yeah, he did some extra at the at the Hutchinson, but he's been lifting just down north in the Nate Harris Fieldhouse. Now let's give our facilities a little credit.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's right.
All right, here are the Hornets kicking it off. Once again, Charles Page is going to receive it. Number 10 has it. He's trying to run to the far side. He's got an alley over there, and he's trying to get over there and do something with it. Now he's cutting back. Good return by the Sandites. That's number 10, Kyle Morrall, a
I'll say
senior.
he played possum on us there, though. Did you see him? Because it looked there for a minute. I'm like, what is going
I'll
on?
set it up for you. When he got the corner, he took off.
Didn't he, though? Didn't he? Like, there
Yes,
you
he
like,
did.
and then he said, I got him. Yeah, yeah. That's what he
Absolutely.
did.
Because when he was running to the sideline, it's one of them things I remember from a coach's standpoint. They would say, make a decision. Put your foot in the ground and get upfield. Well, he didn't put his foot in the ground until he got 5 yards to the white over there.
Yes, sir.
But when he did, he's getting south quickly. So 15.1 seconds left for the Sandites. Freshman quarterback Easton Webb going to try to get points for the Sandites. Hornets in the prevent. Looking deep. Going to throw it here to the near side, and he throws a rope. He's got a man, and it comes through in between his fingertips. The pass was intended for number 3, Brody Rutledge. And with that throw right there, I know why the freshman is starting.
And you know what? I like the combination of them two because they're gonna hook up like Randy Moss and Tom Brady did back in the day. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the footwork was stellar and the gun was superb. That's talk called rocking and firing. He threw that ball on a rope for about 45 yards. Hornet fans. Pass is incomplete. Now taking the snap with 8 seconds left, he's scrambling. Webb trying to get to the right, outruns the Hornets. 2 seconds left, he's trying to get to the sideline, and he's hit and taken down, but that's as the clock went to 0. A little bit indecision on the freshman that time. He didn't have anywhere to throw it.
I just want to say one thing about the freshman, though. He's growing up out here, though. I mean, I see him growing
And
up.
that's the scary part.
Yeah.
That's the scary part because he is growing up right before our eyes tonight. So with that, Hornet fans, your Booker T. Washington Hornets take a 28-14 lead into the half. Senior night here at Etty Williams Stadium. The Hornets have a 2-touchdown lead going into the half. We're going to take a few minutes to talk about this first half of football. I mean, Leon, I'm happy with the highs. I'm still worried about the lows. But what we've seen here tonight is a Hornet offense that has, for the most part, shown up.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they're executing. They've shortened it down. They dumbed it down, for a football term to where it's going to be conducive for those guys to have positive results. And we're seeing it tonight. I mean, Boone's getting the ball out of his hand quick. He's not asked to make a lot of decisions, which I think is making our offense look very good. And we're getting some other guys involved.
But, Leon, it seems as though we've gotten away from some of the motions that we saw, some of the quick pass. I mean, I know we threw the quick pass to Tease and we got a touchdown out of it, but we saw some motions early in the game, and we saw some wrinkles that you talked about from the offense that we've kind of gotten away from that we saw, say, the first 2 drives of the game, especially the first drive of the game. The first drive of the game, we come right out and go get 6, and I haven't seen some of those plays. I mean, talk to me about how it seems like sometimes we get away from stuff that puts the opposing team on their heels.
I mean, you're right. Look at most successful offensive coordinators. They got it scripted, but sometimes that emotion or that I got this or you see it, and they get away from what tends to work, and then they go with their gut and say, I'm going to make this work. You know what I mean? So you got to just stick to what you know that works and not always try to force what you think is going to work to make you look good for this promotion or whatever you're trying to get as an OC. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because your offense is going to dictate on the field to what your strengths are. Like you said, the highs and the lows. And obviously what we're seeing is when we shorten down the game and the routes, we got athletes who are making plays and they're turning crumbs to bricks out there.
And on the defensive side, I mean, this has been a Hornet defense that has been, I'm going to be honest with you, it's been stingy all year long, Leon. I mean, from the standpoint of what we've been able to do with the defensive front end and the linebackers coming up, cleaning up things, to make tackles and things of that nature, this defense has been the same all year long. Have we given up plays? Yes. Have we given up touchdowns? Yes. But these kids have performed consistently, I will say, for the defense, and they've done so tonight.
And what I will say to the credit of the defense is they know when they have to make stops, they come up big, and they know what they're up against, and they make plays. I mean, like you said, the thing that I love about the defense has always been like that is we bend, but we don't break.
Well, Hornet fans, we're going to take a little bit of a break so that you guys can enjoy once again the pride of the T Connection, the perfection. We got the T Connection band once again. It's senior night, the last home game here at S.E. Williams. Enjoy it, and we'll be back shortly.
As the band continues its intricate display of soulful pageantry, witness the simplicity, twirling artistry articulated by the magnificent elite majors. These ladies have a twirling skill like no other, twirling to the tune P.Y.T. by Michael Jackson. You'll be mesmerized by these next set of ladies. Hold on to your seat. Focus your eyes to the rhythm and the beat as I present the often imitated, never duplicated essence of sophistication and class. It is the perfection of the T Connection. Dancing the slave to the rhythm. feet back. And now we will introduce the seniors of the Booker T. Washington High Step and Teach Connection Band. Mr. Chase Vaughn, trumpet section leader, 4-year member. Mr. Gavin McDaniel, trombone section leader and 4-year member. Mr. Caleb Neal, tuba section leader and 4-year member. Mr. Bakari Jones, funky D captain, snare drum and 4-year member. Miss Kiera Harbert, flag captain, 3-year member. And our drum major, Mr. Kevin Tushel. Ladies and gentlemen, the Team Connection Band is under the leadership of Band Director Mr. Harold Graham, Assistant Band Director
Hornet fans, did you enjoy the baddest band in the land, the T Connection, with another stellar performance? They went old school on us tonight, Skip. They went old school. They played "Can You Feel It" by the Jacksons. Now we know when the song came out, but there have been multiple iterations of the T Connection playing that particular tune. That one, I got to go back with that one. That's that for real '70s true band stuff. We got a big HBCU game tomorrow. We got game day headed down to Jackson, Mississippi to the SIP. We got J State versus Southern. I've had an education of what's getting ready to go down there in Mississippi. I've never been to the game. I've had multiple people tell me about it. Coach Prime is doing his thing, but we got Friday night football tonight, man.
That's it. I mean, you can't ask for nothing better. It's like a buffet of games starting on Friday. But you get it Thursday on ESPN. You get a game, and then you get the NFL on Prime.
You're right.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's football season. And in Oklahoma, we say football is a religion. You know how it is out here in this state. People literally come out to Oklahoma to observe how we play and do things. So Oklahoma is one of the giants when it comes to how to play football.
And talk about observing how we play and how we do things. Once again, I want to give a lot of credit to head coach Jonathan Brown, who's going toe-to-toe tonight with the head coach from Sandsprings, Bobby Klink. You know that name. That's a former Jinx Trojan, Bobby Klink. Jay Fleshman's on the staff. That's the legend of Sandsprings football. But tonight we've seen a resurgence, a rise like the Phoenix of the Booker T. Washington Hornet offense led by Lathan Boone. We've seen some things that give, at least for me, it gives me a good indication that we're going to go into the playoffs and we're going to show up. We're not going to lay down. We're going to show up.
That's it. And I mean, and you said it well. I mean, it starts with Boone. He's a 4-year starter, and tonight, man, he's showing us something that we hadn't seen from him, and that's he's locked into the game. He's enthused. It's like he's well prepared. He just studied the film tonight, and he knows their tendencies, and he knows what he wants to do. So, kudos to Boone for the way he's playing tonight.
Got to give Boone a lot of credit and a lot of love, but I don't do it enough. Let's talk about Amandre Tiger, Elias Sherman, up front, Darian Melendez. The guys up front, especially what they do on the defensive side of the ball, Leon. I mean, I know I do it by right. I'm an offensive guy, so I don't talk enough about the defense. But these young men on the defensive side, on our defensive front, they have come and showed up every single Friday, every single week. Excuse my language, it ain't been easy because they've played like they want to hurt you for real.
And that's a good point you make. And that's the thing that I do like about the Hornets is that even though the season hadn't went the way that we all wanted to go, these guys are playing like, it's the last game and they know what they're up against. So I love the way they're flying around, the enthusiasm and the sense of urgency that they're playing with. I like it.
Absolutely. The sense of urgency has been critical. And they played with that sense of urgency from week one back when we went to Arkansas. There has been absolutely positively no drop-off from those young men across the defensive line and what they've done on the offensive line. Just to give you a little bit of statistics, the Hornets have had 10 first downs in the first half of football. We've had several games where we haven't had 10 first downs in the whole game.
Yeah.
So I got to give the Hornets love as they kick off from right to left to the Sandites. Number 10 once has it again. He's trying to get to that same sideline, but this time we know that he will, as you say, Leon, play possum.
Man.
And we go ahead and wrap up number 10, Kyle Morrell, and take him out of bounds, but he's going to get to about the 30-yard line. So the Charles Page High School in Sandsprings, the Sandites are going to scrimmage from about the 27, 28-yard line on their end. They're going to be headed south towards the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse. We're here high above S.E. Williams Stadium. We're glad that you're with us, enjoying Hornet football 2022-2023. Quarterback Easton Webb, the freshman who's led the Sandites all night, runs the RPO, and immediately he's wrapped up and taken down. Is that number 58? No, that's 30. That's Aiden Walker, number 30, the senior in there, takes the running back down, but he's got friends on the play. Once again, a host of Hornets are right there to basically let number 2, Kenneth Page, know, not tonight. You got some work to do if you want to get some of this. Brings up 2nd down and 12 for the Sandites. Here's RPO. Webb keeps it. He's going to be able to run to the far side and get about 12 yards. Good enough for a Charles Page High School first down. Good execution on the
young
RPO.
man's growing up, though, man. I mean, he's doing it against the Hornets, so he's earning his stripes.
Absolutely. And this is a young man that took over for a senior earlier this season. Like I say, he's a true freshman. You don't see freshmen do this. You know, as long as I've been calling games, you don't see many freshmen come in and say, you know, I'm going to run with this thing. Not at this level. Not at this level.
And he's playing quite well.
Box formation for the Sandites here on first down from their 43-yard line. Puts a man in motion coming towards us. He goes back, tries to run the RPO action, doesn't have anything. Webb is going to get rid of it, and, you know, that's one of the ones right there, Leon. I know he's trying to get rid of it, but he's throwing it into the middle of the field.
Right now. That's what you got to get it out your hand.
I mean, the kid's got enough arm strength. You got to get that one to the boundary, not into the middle of the field. Because if that ball doesn't get on the ground quickly, it's getting in somebody's hands with bad intentions. After the intentionally incomplete pass for the Sandites, it brings up a 2nd down and 10, pistol formation, 43-yard line. Easton takes the snap, RPO, gives it. He's immediately wrapped up and taken down by the Hornets. Going to be close to maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage. That's number 62, Elias Sherman.
Yeah, man, that boy can play, man. I'm telling you, 62 is impressive. He's been like that. Just like you said, we go back to Arkansas, we was calling his name.
Let's go back 3 years. Elias Sherman has been doing this for a while, but this season he's been playing like a man that, you know, this is my squad. Brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Charles Page High School Sandites. 3 wide receivers here to the near side. Number 11 is in motion. Comes into a more bunch formation. Webb looking to his right. He doesn't have enough time, and he's taken down by Elias Sherman and Amandre Tiger. Once again, Hornets, that is Elias Sherman, number 62. He's going to clean him up, and somebody else going to sign the desk.
Have you noticed what the Hornets did on defense that we didn't talk about? That's a wrinkle. Sherman was playing inside for most of the season. He's at the end, and that lets me know that big boy can run, and with the advantage of him standing up, this is a problem. Can nobody block him?
Absolutely.
So that's a wrinkle there.
The Sandites are going to punt. We've got Tees back to receive it. Nope. Number 11 back to receive this one. So number 11, the senior, Seth White, was back to receive the punt, but it's a short punt, so it's going to be down by the Sandites. The Hornets are going to scrimmage for the first time in the second half from their 33-yard line. 9 minutes and 39 seconds left in the third quarter. 28 Hornets, 14 Sandites.
Yeah, I'm liking the wrinkles that I'm seeing on both sides of the ball, man. That's what you got to do, man. You can't get comfortable. You always got to be uncomfortable as a coach, and definitely you got to make it uncomfortable for the players in order to reach that golden shore at the end, which is the championship.
But it's teaching also. It's obvious that the coaches are teaching. We got a 2-by-2 set for the Hornets. Boone gets it. He snaps it and throws it out quick
to the
here
freshman,
to the near
right?
side
14?
to the freshman. 14 is Takari Bethel with his first reception on the night, and he gets it and, you know, runs like a scared rabbit, but he got positive yardage. Bethel is going to be run out of bounds, but he got 5 yards. You know, sometimes, you just get out of bounds. Go ahead, young man. Go ahead and get you some stats. Get you some catches. Get you some stats.
He at the Hive, man. You know how it goes. School Monday. He trying to get it in the stat book.
Here's RPO from Lathan Boone. He keeps it, runs over the right side. Going to have enough yardage for a Hornet first down, their first of the second half.
I love seeing the chains move, man. I'm just saying, it's just something about moving the chain. I mean, your stuff is working, man. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Hey,
10, 10.
The chain gang volunteers and gets a hot dog at halftime. You got to love them, so make them work. Make them earn it. Get rid of those unnecessary calories. 2-by-2 formation for the Hornets, 4 wides. One running back, boom, running here to the left. Looks like a broken play. He's trying to get to the sideline and run out of bounds. We got a flag coming in late. Don't know if it's going to be a block in the back. We're going to see exactly what the penalty is going to be. They once again are conferring. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got a 4-man, 5-man. We've got a 5-man refereeing crew tonight. So the penalty flag on the play is going to be holding assessed against the Hornets. It's going to back the Hornets up 10 yards. It was a first down play after Boone ran for a first down. The ball was close to midfield. Our first line of scrimmage was the 45-yard line. The ball is now going to be moved back to the 36 after the penalty holding. Hornets are coming out in a 2-by-2 formation, 4 wide receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Is that Ross in the backfield, Leon? I believe it is. Q-Ron Ross is in the pistol formation with Lathan Boone, the senior, here on senior night. 3-man front for the Sandites. Man coming off the edge. Boone steps up, running left. He's looking. He throws it out quick. The pass is complete. This time he ducks a tackler and gets knocked out of bounds. Is that the freshman? Yeah, once again, the freshman with the reception and run. That's Takari Bethel. So it's taking him a few plays, and now he understands it's a catch-and-run game.
Man, these guys are just, we see some of these young guys, the more they get the reps, the better they become. So they're just getting game day experience,
We got a timeout being taken now. Looks like injury timeout. We've got a Sandite down on the field. It's one of those things, after you find out that first hit, you didn't die. You can go ahead and you're good enough to come back, get in the huddle, and try it again.
It's kind of like, remember what Michael Vick said back in the day when he was at Virginia Tech? He said, once I got rid of them jitters of that first play, I knew it was on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know how it goes.
Absolutely. I've heard Pat Jones tell a story many times when he was coaching with the Miami Dolphins in the NFL that the first time Michael Vick played in a game was his rookie season. He didn't start immediately. The Falcons brought him in after the game was pretty much, out of the Dolphins were playing well. They had Danny Marino was still there. Vick comes in late, and on maybe a second or third play, Vick pulls one down. Now, they knew who Michael Vick was after the national title game against Florida State, but Vick pulls one down and runs for like 22 yards, and Pat says everybody was like, whoa, he's going to be a problem. And the Michael Vick experience began.
Man.
But it's things like that. We've got several young kids, Hornet fans, several freshmen, Michael Washington, number 14, Takari Bethel, another young freshman that we've seen, the name escapes me right now, that have come up to the varsity ranks and are playing and getting time and have all been getting opportunities to make plays because we've needed them to make plays.
Yep.
So the injured player for the Sandites, number 24, Dallas Elfritz, a junior defensive lineman. We called his name early in the game. He looks a little bit undersized, but he's been manning that defensive line, and he's been coming off that edge pretty hard all night long.
Yeah. Man, when your motor runs, man, it makes up for size and all that kind of stuff. So, that's what's one of the great attributes about it.
Absolutely. So we've got 3-by-1 formation for the Hornets. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 at the 50-yard line for the Hornets. Here we are on senior night. Senior Lathan Boone gets the snap, fakes the give. He looks to throw deep down the left-hand side, but doesn't have anybody. He's rolling right. He throws it up. He's got a man, but the defense is able to get there. He's looking for a flag, but the pass was intended for number 2, Keontae Rushing. Lathan Boone scrambling, trying to find something out of it, and basically telling the wide receiver, it's a little bit of a schoolyard play, just go deep. Rushing had a step on the defender, but he didn't have separation, Leon. So even though the pass was a little bit late, he couldn't make a play on it with the type of coverage that he had at that particular point.
Right. Well said.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Hornets. The offense has gotten a little bit stagnant on this first drive of the second half for the Hornets. 7 minutes and 53 seconds left in the third quarter.
Oh, we got all kind of stuff going.
We have flags all over the place. It's going to be a false start by the Hornets, and once again, it's going to push the Hornet offense back. And obviously, the call from the sidelines is going to have to change now here. We had a 3rd and 5, which when you're playing a 4 wide receiver set is a manageable down. Now we're going to have 3rd and 10. We're obviously behind the chains here, Leon, on 3rd down, up by 2 scores.
And you know what's going to happen. We're going to throw the ball here because we in a long situation. So
we'll see if Lathan Boone has time. 3-man front for Charles Page. Linebackers may come. Looks like the safeties are going to be one to the near side, one to the high side. Boone drops back, guns it out here to the near side. Pass is going to be incomplete. He was looking to his intended target, number 3, Micah Tees, the Arkansas commit. And on that incompletion, that's going to bring up 4th down for the Hornets. So for the first time here in the second half, we're going to see the Hornets have to go to the punt formation. And Leon, I don't know what to say about that particular drive.
we're going back to our old ways. You know what I mean? We're not consistent enough to keep the offense with the momentum going.
So Lathan Boone is back to punt. First time in his career I've seen Lathan punting. So let's see what we got here. The snap is back. It's low. He gets the kick, and he gets it end over end. The punt hits and is going to basically dribble down and go out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Great punt by Lathan Boone. Now, Leon, I think that might have been out of necessity. Charles Page has been coming hard on the punt block, and our punter, number 43, Luca Patel, has been a little bit slow in his execution. I think that was more of a, let me get an athlete back there that can put a boot on it.
And if something happens, you got a quarterback that can do something with it, too.
That can move. Right. So that's another one of those wrinkles. I've never seen Lathan Boone punt.
The Sanddites will take over possession once again, 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line.
Definitely want to shout out some of our sponsors, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, the Lock It Up Foundation, Lefties down on Greenwood. We talked earlier about that Sunday night ping pong, baby. So Charles Page is going to have the ball for the second time here in the second half. 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Did they run a play? I guess it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
So Webb's going to roll out to his right. He's got a man. Oh, the pass was in the breadbasket of number 2, Kenneth Page, and he drops it incomplete. I'm sorry, Hornet fans. Had some folks up here in the booth messing with us tonight. Missed the first play of this drive, but that pass is incomplete, intended for the running back, Kenneth Page, and he didn't have a lot of space. A man was right on his back defending him, but Page let the ball get to his body, and the ball beat him up, Leon, and falls to the turf. Brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Sanddites. Webb has the snap, looking to his left. Once again, he throws it quick to the running back, and he's taken down by a host of Hornets, led by number 7 on the play. That's Mr. Jaden Oates. And if the Hornet defensive front hasn't done anything tonight, they have hit hard.
And they're giving them not many opportunities to get the ball out of their own territory. And the offense is going to be in a good situation to have to do something, make something happen here.
The Hornet sting has been suffocating tonight, Hornet fans. 6 minutes, 28 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The Charles Page Sandsprings Sanddites are in punt formation. Punter's going to be kicking out of his end zone, and the punt is blocked, and it's going to be taken up immediately by the Hornets. Cue the Hornet band. Touchdown. Punt is recovered in the end zone by number 7, Jaden Oates. Touchdown, Hornets, 34-14.
That's what you want. You always preach on special teams. There are going to be opportunities, and you have to be ready when moments like this come. And we took advantage of opportunity, and hey, that's points on the board.
But it's been the emphasis of our defensive line all night long. We have lived in the backfield of Charles Page tonight, Leon. We really have.
Well, I would be remiss since you all been on that sponsorship if I don't put a plug in
Go
out there
right ahead
for
as,
us. You know,
as we're setting up for
we
this extra point.
we like to give a shout out to Amazing Skills Counseling Services who offer mental health counseling services in the Tulsa metro area. So shout out to Amazing Skills Counseling Services, one of our sponsors as well.
Well, the kick by Luka Patel after a good hold is up and good, taking the score to 35-14. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets over the Charles Page Sandites from Sand Springs. In all phases tonight
That's good.
have been clicking.
Man,
Offense has done some
took the
things.
words right out of my mouth.
Defense has been here. They you know, it's one they, how you said, they showed up. They got off the bus early. Now special teams has checked in and showed up. I mean, you know, Leon, I know that we came into this game 4-4. I'm not happy when I say, when people ask me, what's the Hornets record, B? Well, we're 4-4. You know, I say that. Well, you know, I want to cover up.
You know,
But with a week left in the regular season, this might be a 4-4 team that's ready to make some noise.
man, I love it. Take this going into the postseason. You know, finish out strong, and it looks like that's what the Hornets is wanting to do. They set some short-term goals, and hey, reach them.
You know, Hornet fans, as we enter the playoff atmosphere, I want to give you some information as to what the current rankings are. As we came into tonight, as the Hornets are kicking off from our right to left, the kick is up. Going to be taken short at about the 20-yard line by the Sandites, and he's going to be taken down. The 6A2 rankings per the Tulsa World had Stillwater High School at 8-0. Number 2, the Choctaw at a record of 7-1. Number 3 is Deer Creek at 7-1. The fourth ranked team is Muskogee, who we saw last week, who is also 8-0. Our Hornets came in at number 5 in the rankings for 6A2, followed by Sandsprings at number 6 that we're playing tonight. Number 7 is Ponca City at 4-4. Then Lawton High School is number 8. Bartlesville number 9, and Tahlequah, who we play for homecoming, is a 10th place team in 6A2. Here's the first play, a give on the
Stingy front,
RPO
boy. It ain't.
to Kenneth Page, and I'm going to tell you, tomorrow morning Mr. Page is going to need to get a long soak because Mr. Tiger and Mr. Sherman have definitely given him a workout tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They've been a problem the whole game.
Problem. I mean, normally you can solve a problem. You're not solving that defensive front. I mean, as Dr. Autry used to tell me, you know, there's a chemical reaction for everything. Kudos to the long time Hornet chemistry teacher, Dr. Otis Autry. Otis Autry. 3-by-1, 2-by-2 formation for the Sandites. Rolling to his right, throws it to the middle of the field over hands and bodies, but the pass is going to be complete to number 3. That's Brody Rutledge. That's Webb to Rutledge. Webb rolling out. And I don't know, Leon, I have to ask a question. You know, this kid, Easton Webb, I mean, you know, I know they're rolling him out a little bit. It might be by necessity, but you would think to try to get a pocket for this young man and let him rock and fire. Webb in the pistol formation, check with me. 2 wide receivers to the far side. We've got number 11 in the flex position. That's Merrick Matheson, the previous starting quarterback for the Sandites. 1 wide receiver here to the near side. Gets the snap, RPO, hands it off. Once again, Kenneth Page is into the middle, trying to take it off the left side, and he's met by nothing but orange. Nothing but orange. And he is definitely stoned for a loss. That was a 3rd down play. We're now bringing up 4th down, 4th and 4 in Hornet territory for the Sandites. Fourth and 4, and the punt team is coming in for Charles Page. The snap is back. The kick is up. Gets it off. Number 11, Smith, back. He was going to field it, but he's going to let it go. I don't know why he's running close to it.
Either way, Peter.
Seth White, the senior on senior night, had an opportunity, but he let it bounce. That's kind of one of those, You know, my wonderful the coach of my alma mater, Mike Gundy, is constantly having somebody catch the punt, but they're not returning it. It's always a fair catch. You know, we don't ever get to see the opportunity for a punt return. This time, Seth White gets close to it, and he just lets it bound down. So the Hornets are going to have their second possession of the second half, starting from their 16-yard line. 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third quarter for your Booker T. Washington Hornets. We've got a beautiful night for football here in October. District game. This game will decide the number 3 District 6A2 finalist for this side of the state. Going to have a timeout taken by the Hornets. Going to be the first one. Want to talk about some other sponsors while I have a little bit of time. Some of those sponsors I'd like to mention are obviously Kate Jones from the Realtor here in Tulsa, the Heckenkemper team. Kate sells Tulsa, and she always has. Give her a call at 918-230-1108. That's Kate Jones, Hornet alum. Want to give a shout out to another Hornet sponsor, where they always making them fat Phillies in 1305 South Peoria Avenue. Rolling them fat since 2005. Get down to Fat Phillies. You can eat there late. I know some of y'all, you may not need to, but when the mood hits you and it's late, go down there and get you a fat one in Fat Phillies. Nothing like a Fat Phillies. A new sponsor for the Hornets, but somebody near and dear to our heart. If you will take you back a little bit, we've got Think Notes basketball training headed by Nolan Richardson IV. That is the son of Nolan Richardson III, state champion winner for a beautiful Booker T basketball team. Here's a new formation by the Hornets. 4 wide receivers here to the near side, but it's just a quarterback draw, and Lathan Boone basically keeps it and takes it, gets a few yards. Now, Leon, are we setting something up when we run that, or are we just trying to see exactly what the defense is doing?
I want to see if we're going to set it up for something, because right now we still not in the position to where we can just slow it down. We got to stick to the rhythm, to the script, and keep the guys going.
Put your foot on the gas is what you're looking for. But that was a new formation. We have not seen that all this season, to bring 4 wide receivers in a diamond formation to one side of the field. We go back to the 2x2 formation, pistol formation, running back. Now he comes after running back. Actually, was Micah Tees. Boone is looking left, looking to go deep. Got Tees in the middle of the field, waiting for it. He's caught it. He dropped the bomb, as Charlie would say. Touchdown, Hornets. Lathan Boone, Micah Tees strike up the band and play Hornet victory. The Hornets have put more points on the board.
That's what we want to see.
That's all you got to say?
That's all you got to say is when you get them one-on-one matchups, that go from Pee-wee to the pros.
But let's not even talk about the one-on-one matchup. Let's talk about the fact that, I mentioned before the snap that Tees came from the backfield to that inside wide receiver formation. It's what I talked about earlier. When you move Tees around, the defense doesn't know how to cover him. If we had replay, you would probably see indecision by the linebacker and the safety as to who had underneath and over the top responsibilities, and Tees just ran between everybody. And he's a guy with that type of speed. When he takes the top off, it's all she wrote. Katie bought a door, baby. Touchdown Hornets. The snap was back. The hold is good. Extra point is good. Go ahead.
Extra point was no good.
Oh, it was no good.
That's a problem, though, man. I'm telling you, man. You need everything you can get. You can't discredit the extra point. It'll come back and get you.
You're absolutely right about that. So the extra point is not good, Hornet fans. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Hornets take a lead of 41-14 over the Charles Page High School Sandites from Sandsprings. It feels as though this game is starting to change, and the Hornets are taking control of it, but we've seen Sandsprings mount some drives, Leon. So, I mean, we getting close to Halloween. It's Sandsprings been playing Michael Myers tonight.
Man.
Luke Patel is going to set the ball up to kick off to the north. See if he can get this one deep. Luke Patel is a new kicker for the Hornets. He kicks this one. Is going to be caught, but we've got a penalty flag. Are we going to have offsides by the Hornets? Somebody obviously didn't understand that you can't go till the ball is off the tee. That's going to back it up a little bit. And Patel Leon has not shown the strongest leg. So more than anything, Sandsprings is going to get good field position out of this.
Yes, sir.
The Houston Astros 5, the Philadelphia Phillies 5.
So we're getting some updates that the game one of the World Series, the Houston Cheating Astros 5, the Philadelphia Savior Phillies 5. A tied World Series. They're playing the game one of the World Series at Minute Maid Park in H-Town. Patel gets this one down. He kicks it, taking just shy of the 20-yard line, number 10, trying to get outside. He's corralled and finally wrapped up and taken down at approximately the 22-yard line of the Charles Page High School Sandites. They will be scrimmaging for the third time this quarter. Want to take a moment to just once again remind you of the health of the Hive Capital campaign being led by the Booker T. Washington Foundation for Excellence with a goal to raise $3 million to build a world-class facility on the Booker T. Washington campus. More information to come. Easton Webb, quarterback for the Sandsprings, rolling to his left. They're rolling him out again. He's looking. He guns this one, throws the deep out route to number 3, Brody Rutledge. And I got to give it, you're right. The boy is growing up.
Yeah.
The boy is growing up. I mean, he's got a nice arm to throw that. I mean, that's a 15-yard rollout pass to rolling to his opposite side, throwing across his body, and he put a little something in the gun on that one right there. Just outside.
Now they got Sherman back on the inside, big boy. So they're moving him around a lot on defense.
Hornet linemen basically get a rush, but the pass is complete by Rutledge to number 3. Multiple flags on the field. You know, that's kind of a roll one way, but then you're trying to catch somebody underneath. You know, we got multiple flags on the field. We're going to see exactly what this referee officiating crew has for the penalty. Don't know who it's on. I have to say it's impressive to see that Hornet defensive line when they roll Webb out. It's multiple guys pursuing the football, man. They're not just doing it when you run into them. They're doing it when you're running away from them also.
Look like we got rain out there and people are putting on the rain gear.
Uh-oh. So it looks like this penalty is going to be assessed against, we got personal foul. Personal foul against Sandsprings, but we got a personal foul holding against the Hornets. The penalties are going to offset, and basically we've got the play is going to, the down is going to be replayed. So we're going to have second down and 10 from the Sandites 25-yard line. Haven't seen a lot of penalty flags tonight, Hornet fans, but we've seen enough. Still got some questions about this particular officiating crew about exactly what they seeing sometimes. Hornets got 3 men on the defensive line with the linebackers to the outside and behind. Webb takes the pistol formation snap, and once again it's the RPO, and once again number 62, Elias Sherman, is there to basically let Sandsprings know you're not going this way. If you're going to get there, it's not coming by me.
And he has a motor and he has some endurance for a big boy. You know, normally big guys, when we run and chase you down, we may be like, Coach, let me out the next play. This young man hadn't come out in no series, so I like his endurance as well.
Sherman in the 4-point stance coming off the edge. He's just pushing the line back. He's giving chase to Webb, who basically throws the ball. You've got a pass complete to number 13. That's to Caden Campbell, his first reception on the night, and he pays for it. He gets hit and knocked out of bounds, picks up about 5 yards, but it's going to bring up about 4th down and 5. Sandsprings is going to go ahead and bring in the punting team coming in for the Sandites. Going to be dropping back deep for the Hornets is number 10, Eric Harris, a sophomore. First time I'm seeing Eric Harris be the deep man for the Hornets this year. Snap is back, kick is up. If he catches it, he's got an opportunity for a return, and he bobbles it, but he's able to get on top of it.
I mean, when you don't have a consistent man and you trying stuff, and what's this, week 8?
Week 8.
And we still trying to figure out who our return man is. That's another thing that we got to work on going into the playoff. We got to figure something out quick on that.
What's the saying? Special teams are special. But Hornet fans, after the muffed reception with 1 minute and 59 seconds left in the third quarter, the Hornets are taking over. The Hornets have scored 1 touchdown in this second half, only had 1 first down in the second half. We've got a 3-by-1 set with one guy in the flex position, tight end position here to the left, the near side. Boone in the pistol, basically going to roll to his left, trying to find somebody, and just throws it away. This time, nobody is there. Boone just throws it away. Pass rush was in pursuit. Number 48, that's Lance Fish. Sophomore linebacker for the Sandites was giving chase, but Boone is able to evade him just enough to get the pass off. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Definitely want to see some good execution by the Hornets here on this particular drive. Obviously, we want the Hornets to score as much as they can, put points on the board, strike fear into the hearts of everybody by throwing up big numbers. We'll talk about that here in a minute, Leon. Here's a high snap, but Boone has it. He's looking downfield, but doesn't have anything. He gets it off to the middle of the field, caught by number 1, Prudhomme. He's going to be able to make the catch good enough for a Hornet first down. Hornets are on the move. That's a good strike from Lathan Boone to Demetrius Prudhomme. He ran just enough to give Prudhomme enough time to get off the line of scrimmage and deep into the hole of the zone the Sandites were playing, to sit right there and then gun it to him. You know, Leon, there have been some monumental scores. I mean, even the Hornets. I mean, we went over to U.S. Grant and scored 80-something points. I mean, there have been scores in 6A of what? I think somebody scored 90 points against the team. I mean, there's been several 80s to little or nothing this season. It has been the season of offensive outburst. Here's the out pass here to the near side intended for Demetrius Prudhomme, and on that one, Boone had put it a little bit in front of him. Pass goes incomplete. Number 11, Seth White, the senior on senior night, checks into the game. Coming out as the freshman, number 14, Takari Bethel. I think at this point, Coach Jonathan Brown is definitely trying to get multiple guys in the game, possibly get some stats. Let's see if we take a shot to number 11. Boone has it, looking left. He guns it out here. Pass is intended for number 1 to Prudhomme, but he throws it just over his head. You know, you got a crown on the field, so you got to basically make sure that when you release the ball, you get that hand over the top of it, throwing to those out routes. You know, I've been to a few quarterback schools, you know. Somewhere Gary McGee is saying, young fella, you got to get your footwork together. You got to get your footwork together. Brings up 3rd down and 10. Ball on the Sandite 39-yard line. Pistol formation. Boone gets the snap. Throws the quick pass to number 11, Seth White. And you got to bring that one in, young man, because when he doesn't catch that one, the safety could be right there to eat that one up and still might be running. So with the incompletion on the pass to White, it's going to bring up 4th down and 10, and the Hornets are bringing the punt team onto the field. Once again, we have Lathan Boone stepping back deep to punt for the Hornets. So we're going to see if the Sandites are still going to come hard and aggressive on the punt rush. Here's a snap. Boone has it. He kicks it, going for the coffin corner. Going to be received at the 7-yard line. The receiver for Sandsprings bobbles it and is taken down. Another good punt by Lathan Boone.
Boone just come in and look like he's been the punter all year.
Absolutely.
Punting, right?
Absolutely. Great punt. I mean, he was going for the coffin corner, and, you know, there's been memorable Hornet games where the punter for the opposing team has stuck us deep to try to make us drive 90 and 95 yards. And tonight, the Hornets are coming back with a little field position, offensive to defensive football. So once again, the three-man front of Tiger Sherman. This time the quarterback Webb for Sandsprings basically takes the the quarterback keeper and gets positive yards on the quarterback draw. More is what I wanted to say. Gets positive yards and is going to get actually 9 yards on the play. Sandice trying to get out of the shadow of their end zone. He's looking deep, looking here to the near side. He guns it, has a man, and just outside the outstretched hands of number 3, Brody Rutledge. And that's been a combination that they've tried to work on all night. You know, for the Hornets, number 11, Seth White was, can I say he was in coverage? He was.
I think he was, at that moment, a deer stuck in headlights because that boy was wide open, man.
I mean, you're not supposed to have people running wide open down the boundary like that.
Right.
Especially when you're rolled up in man coverage. So here's a 3rd down and 1, keep by the Sandites, and it's going to be close. They may have to measure. Nope, they're going to give them the first down. So the Sandites have their first down of the second half. 23 seconds left in the 3rd quarter for the Sandites. 41-14, the Booker T. Washington Hornets here tonight on senior night. Quarterback Easton Webb is in the pistol, 3-by-1 formation. He's looking here to the near side, but there's a big rush by the Hornets. He tries to duck it, and he's going to be brought down and sacked. You know, I haven't even tallied them, Leon. We've had to have at least 5 sacks tonight by the Hornets front.
Yeah.
And that's the last play of the 3rd quarter. Here, entering the 4th quarter, it's your Booker T. Washington Hornets 41, the Sandsprings Sandites 14. Let's talk about the Tyler Lockett Foundation, the Lock It Up Foundation, another proud sponsor of Hornet football. We're so happy to have them for us to bring this broadcast for you. This is for the fans that can't be in the stands. It's Hornet football. Byron Perry and Leon Skillings, we've enjoyed calling these games for y'all this year, Hornet fans. Our first year together, pretty much we get in the booth about 5 minutes before kickoff, and we just let it go.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's like we've been at it all too long.
If you need a mortgage, give Kirk Jones a call. He's at Chase Mortgage. If the man is busy, it's because he's writing a mortgage for somebody. Kirk Jones, get in touch with him. He's a Hornet alum. Chase Mortgage, Tulsa, and Oklahoma City. Kirk Jones with with Chase Mortgage. I'll try to get some scores around the state for you Hornet fans if I can. So we start the 4th quarter. Easton Webb runs the RPO, throws here to the far side. He's got, once again, another completion to number 3. That's Brody Rutledge on the slant pass, getting close to get a first down for the Sandites. That is the freshman, number 17, Easton Webb for Charles Page High School. Clock begins to run. Obviously, Sandsprings is in a pass-first mode now, Leon, so
they don't have the clock is against. They got to throw it from here on out.
Webb takes a snap after the 3-by-1 formation, throws here to the near side, has Rutledge again, but he's immediately brought down. Hornets defended that play well. He's gonna pick up about 2 to 3 yards. Went from first down to second down to gonna bring up 2nd down and 7 for Charles Page High School. This time 3-by-1 formation for Webb. He's rolling to his right. 3 wide receivers that way. We've got a Hornet in chase. That's Micah Tees. Webb gets it away. Not sure if the pass is complete. Are they saying it was complete or not? Think the pass is going to be complete. Going to be close to another Charles Page first down, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1.5. We're going to see if they use the running game to try to pick up a first down here. Between the clock and the scoreboard, the Sandites are up against it right now. check with me. Webb is checking the sidelines. Here's an opportunity for the Hornet defensive front, Mr. Sherman, Mr. Tiger, Mr. Prudham, to make a statement from the pistol. Here's the hand. Nope, doesn't hand it off. Webb is looking to throw, and he's going to be wrestled down and taken down on the play.
And when you're down like this, you got to take those big chunks because the dink and dunk game is not going to be working for you. So that's in our favor for a fast defense like we got.
And that's what that was right there. Speed. Number 18, Devin Crawford came from the linebacker position. You know, once he saw that it was a passing play, that the run game was just a fake, he went back there and got it. Sandikes are going to punt. I think White is back to receive for the Hornets, number 11. He lets this one bounce. Good decision. So the ball is going to be down at the Hornet 40-yard line. Once again, the Hornets are going to be taking over. 10 minutes, 9 seconds left in the ball game. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets up big. Reverse the score on the Charles Page Sandites. It's 41 Hornets, 14 Sandites here into the fourth quarter. And getting ready for the end of season final game, Leon, the Hornets have finally had, in my opinion, the type of output offensively that we've been looking for all season long.
Right.
3-by-1 formation for the Hornets here to the near side. Lathan Boone looks, takes the snap, throws it quickly. The pass is complete to Demetrius Prudham, and he tries to break a tackle, but he gets extra yards. Going to be taken down after a gain of about 8 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 2. Definitely ahead of the chains here for the Hornets. Clock running with 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in the ball game. Number 2, Keontae rushing to the far side. Here to the near side is wide receiver Grayson Chalk. Number 1, Prudham, and number 14, White, occupied the other 2 wide receiver slots. 3-by-1 for the Hornets. Boone lets the play clock run down, takes a snap, looking to his right, but there's a flag before the snap. Looks like it's going to be a false start assessed by the Hornets, and man, it's just tough when you had those big plays on first down and then you just give it up with a penalty. You know, this is the type of stuff that, especially in a game where you got to have it, you can't have these type of things. Now, I don't know. I believe we're rotating some new guys in on the offensive line, so these might be some guys. I see number 54, who is Corian Williams. I see he's in the game on the offensive line right now, and he's not a starter, along with number 60, Darian Melendez is still in the game. Also, number 55 on the offensive line, that's DeJuan Craven. He's in now. So, you know, it just depends on which guys are coming in the game now, getting some obvious reps.
You remember the get back coach, right? You got to have a coach that's going to keep the personnel running smooth, too, because, you know, a lot of times we get locked into the game, the coordinators and position coaches, and you fail to remember what the personnel is because it gets too much for you. So.
Absolutely. Or if you get, you know, Coach Schultz, he's just grabbing anybody. Come on.
Give me timeout.
Come on, Schultz. Schultz. Get the play in now.
Yes,
Boone gets the snap, looking right, has nobody. Steps up into the pocket, tries to evade the rush. He cuts back into the middle of the field, still running. He's dinking, he's dunking. He's still up. He's going to have enough for a Hornet first down. That's big boy running tonight by Lathan Boone, Leon.
Some of that slicing and dicing, wasn't it?
He's hitting the A button and the B button if you're playing a little Sega.
Yeah. A little salsa dancing.
He starts and stops all in the same play. Lathan Boone has the snap. Looks to his right, trying to get it down there, doesn't have anything, evades the rush. He's going to throw it short. He's got Prudham for a completed pass. He falls immediately. Going to be good for about 8 to 9 yards. Nice throw and catch by Boone to pick up Prudham. I thought he was going to try to throw that one away. So the Hornets are once again on the move. Going to be 2nd down and 5 at the Sandite 37-yard line. 3-by-1 formation. Boone gives the ball to number 6, Karan Ross, who busts into the secondary, runs to the second level, positive yards. Once again, good enough for a Hornet first down. Hornets are getting deeper into Sandite territory, clock running. We haven't seen a lot of Karan Ross tonight, but what we've seen of him has all been positive, Leon.
Yes, sir. He definitely is a downhill runner that's going to get you them 3-4 tough yards when you need him the most, and has the potential to break one. Love to see him get to the end zone on one.
This is Ross's first year at being a varsity player. He's a junior. We haven't seen much of him running the ball before this season. Some other players have left the program, but giving Ross an opportunity, he's taking advantage. Boone has a heavy rush. Is he going to throw it away? He's trying to throw it up, has a man in the end zone, goes up to try to get it, and the pass is knocked down. That time, Boone was looking to make a play. Number 1, Demetrius Prudom was the intended receiver, but the ball is going to fall incomplete. Going to bring up second down for the Hornets.
At this point, I'd like to see the Hornets work on the run game. I mean, we got a nice, comfortable lead. Work on that run game. Find some tendencies and between the backs, between Washington and Ross.
Put your foot on somebody's neck and go ahead and choke them out. I mean, you can start running the 4-minute offense now. I understand that Coach Brown is definitely, from the wide receiver standpoint, we have several new guys in that are getting some time tonight, and I appreciate him trying to get them some catches, because Lord knows that we need guys that are going to be able to catch the ball as we get deeper into the playoffs, as we're making a playoff run. But you're right. I mean, at what point do we say, let's go ahead and just take what we can get and finish this team off? Boone takes a snap, RPO. Karan Ross is going to take it off the right side. He basically puts a foot in the ground and cuts it up. Flag on the play.
And when you don't get the running game involved, it's kind of like an outfielder. If the ball's not coming to the outfield, he's going to get bored. And then when one comes out there, they're going to catch him sleeping. So these running backs got to stay fresh, and you got to keep them in an integral part. And if you're going to throw the ball, at least get them in the passing game with some hitches into the flats and some circles and all that kind of stuff for them.
So another penalty flag and assessed against the Hornets. Going to bring up second down and 15. The Hornets are now behind about second down and 16. Second down and 18. I do have my glasses on. I'm just checking. Just trying to check what the hashes say. Going to bring up second down and 18 from the 35-yard line. Boone takes a snap, RPO action, looks to throw the out route. The pass is tipped. We had two guys running almost the same route. One was shallow and one was deeper. Boone threw the pass. It ended up being tipped by number 14, Takari Bethel. That's the promising young freshman. A little bit high for him. Don't know if it was actually intended for him, but the ball falls incomplete. Going to bring up third down and 8. Give you another World Series update. I guess the trash cans are silent in Houston. Still 5 Phillies, still 5 Astros. We'll see exactly what they do as we get into the later innings. Here's a snap by Boone. He throws a cannon out here to the right-hand side. Pass is low, but it is going to be complete. Going to get us close back to the original line of scrimmage for this particular offensive set. Going to bring up third down and 10 for the Hornets from the Sandite 28-yard line. We're in obvious 4-down territory. I don't know whether the Hornets will kick a field goal if we don't get the first down.
We'll probably go for it just to see, like we know our special teams is iffy, so this is a chance to see if we get in one of them situations, what can we do? So.
Somebody go make a catch is what we want right here. Latham Boone take the snap and throw it to somebody. Let's make a catch. Boone gets it, looking right. Now looking to the middle of the field, has a man, but it's in front of him. The pass was intended from number 1, Demetrius Prudom.
He didn't want to go get that. They could have went and got that. Really, just to be honest, come on, man. 6 minutes, 27 seconds, Prudom. Let's keep playing.
Exactly. That's a play. It was obviously out in front of him, but that's a play where you got to go ahead and sacrifice. As a wide receiver, sometimes you got to be a snake, and sometimes you got to be the eagle. You got to get them low, and you got to pull them down high. So, actually, that was 4th down. I checked me on that, Hornet fans. That was 4th down.
It was. And so, what's going to happen, we got 6 minutes to go. The game is going to be long because Sandsprings is going to throw it, and Booker T don't have to throw it. So, exactly. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I'm like, let's get out of here because we can get an injury on a humbug. You know what I mean?
So, Easton Webb Quarterback draw. He runs it. He's going to slide. But there is a flag on the play. I don't know whether or not we have unnecessary roughness or a personal foul, but number 18, Devin Crawford, is on the field. The trainers are out attending him. The penalty flag is against Charles Page High School. Looks like that's going to back him up 15 yards from the spot. Don't know whether or not that was an illegal chop block. I saw two different Sandite players that were defending against number 18. I don't know if he was engaged up high and then took a hit down low, but number 18, Crawford, is on the field. We'll see exactly where he is momentarily. Give me a moment to once again give a shout out to another Hornet sponsor that I mentioned earlier. Thank Notes Basketball Training, headed up by Nolan Richardson IV. It's basketball training from a former professional player for all ages and all skill levels. Contact Thank Notes Basketball Training at 918-808-7134. Nolan Richardson IV is a supporter of Hornet football and basketball, and he is the son of alumnus Nolan Richardson III, class of 1983. You know anybody from class of 83, Skillings?
Man, 83.
That was some bad hoopers back in
Yeah.
'83. That's when they wore the orange and black with the
TU kind of gear. You remember?
That was a bad warm up. I mean, we're talking about, we getting into the days of Arthur Thomas. The legend Arthur Thomas. Got to see Arthur at homecoming.
I think Dumas was what, sophomore, freshman?
No, 83.
83,
That's
yeah,
83. That's a little bit before Ricky D. So 6 minutes and 18 seconds left in the ball game. Here's a give by the Sandsprings Sandites. And let me tell you, number 30, Aiden Walker, came in there, and all night long the line of scrimmage has been a place it's not safe. We're getting close to Halloween. The line of scrimmage, wherever the ball is, it's not safe for the opposition when you're playing the Hornets that are up front. We got another freshman in, number 88. Uriah, I can't remember the last name. Here's a deep pass down the right side. Webb trying to once again get it to number 3, and they're unable to connect. On the defense is number 11, senior Seth White, and he's going to be flagged for pass interference. But there's a flag down in the backfield. So we've got 2 flags down on the play. We're going to see if these offset. Don't forget, Hornet fans, details are to come regarding the Health of the Hive campaign to build the new world-class facility on the Booker T. Washington campus to promote health and wellness. So we've got a pass interference penalty against the Hornet defense, along with the face mask by the Hornets. So both penalties are against the Hornets. What do you say about that, Leon? Got one in the backfield, and it ends up being against the Hornets also.
Man, got to clean up what you messed up. You know what I mean? And again, that's a song in the blues sector, but it goes precise when it comes to sports because you want to minimize the mistakes because that makes you a better player or a better team down the stretch when you need it the most. So those penalties are something that's just like a lack of concentration effort.
It's an injury.
Yeah.
That you got to get over.
Yes, sir.
Webb looking to his right, looking deep, steps up, got a rush. Here, throws it into the middle of the field. Pass is complete to number 3, his favorite target tonight, Brody Rutledge. Rutledge brings the pass in, and he's got enough for a first down. That's just the 4th first down of the second half for the Charles Page High School Sandites from Sandsprings. They're going to pick up the tempo a little bit, 3-by-1 set for the Sandites. Webb has it, quarterback draw, tries to get into the middle of the field, but he's corralled down. Once again, there on the tackle is actually, not once again, but for the first time tonight, I'm going to call the name of number 22, Keanu White. He's one of the seniors that were talked about tonight. 4 minutes, 57's left in the ball game. White gets the snap, fakes it, once again throws it to his favorite target, Rutledge, And he's immediately wrapped up by number 10, Eric Harris, finally cleaned up by number 19, Zypel Meeks. We definitely got some backups. 15. Number 15, Darion Overstreet. Got some backups in the ball game now for the Hornets. Going to finish out the game for us tonight. Sandites are picking up the pace a little bit, trying to put points on the board. Webb has the snap, looking right, looking deep, but throws it short. Once again, tries to get it to Rutledge, but the pass is broken up. Now, that's much better coverage by White on that one. I mean, he stepped up. The ball was in the air. He made a play on the receiver and the ball. Broke on the ball and got there and broke that pass up. Going to bring up 4th and 9 for the Sandites, and that will bring up 4th down. So White's going to go from the cornerback position to the deep back. Going to see if we're going to have a return on this one. Hornets are in punt formation. Don't know if they're going to come after it just yet. Punt snap is low, but he gets it off. This has an opportunity for White to return it. He picks it up off the field, tries to get to the corner, and gets himself out of bounds. And White, he's going to have to be a little bit more decisive, Leon. I mean, I understand that one. That's a hard punt to catch. I mean, from somebody that's fielded a lot of punts before, the ball flipping like that is not what you want. It's not end over end, and it's not coming down in a spiral. But you can't, if you're going to let it hit the ground, you don't always want to be putting yourself in a situation where you're chasing the ball to pick it up.
Right.
So the Hornets with 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in the ball game, a 41-14 lead, which the Hornets last scored mid part of the third quarter on a bomb from Lathan Boone to Micah Tees down the middle of the field. Haven't seen the Hornets get into the end zone since then, and we're now bringing in the backup quarterback, Levi Brooks, freshman, another freshman in. Going to see if Mr. Brooks gets the opportunity to throw that rock around a little bit. Got 2 guys in the backfield with him. This is a different formation for the Hornets. Puts a man in motion. All right. And we're going to have an illegal procedure penalty, it looks like, on the Hornets.
There's a penalty flag prior to the snap of the football.
After that penalty, which the referees are trying to assess, it's going back the Hornets up. Going to make it 1st down and 15. Backup quarterback Levi Brooks has taken over for senior Lathan Boone, who's had a good night tonight. Man in motion. Brooks gets the snap. Here's an inside give to the running back. Let's see who that is. He's going to be wrapped up by a lot of Sandites, but he's getting positive yards. Never has been taken down. The flag, the whistle, the ball carrier is at 31. I think it's going to be, Jaden Thomas, number 31, the ball carrier. First carry of the night. Once again, we've got 2 running backs in the backfield. Pistol formation with a back behind. Here's a snap. Once again, the inside give to number 31. Nope. Quarterback keeps it himself. He faked me out on that one, Hornet fans. He takes it over the left side. Beautiful option run by the Hornets. And number 12, Levi Brooks on the quarterback keeper, and he's got a scamper for a Hornet 1st down. Basically takes the Hornets out of the shadow of their end zone, and with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the ball game, once again, your Hornets are on the move. Levi Brooks breaks the huddle with the Hornets. 2-by-1 set. 2-by-2, 1 man in the flex position for the Hornets. Pistol formation, running back left. Puts number 30 in motion. 31 in motion. Here's a snap. Give off the right side, trying to get the edge, puts a foot in the game, and that's Michael Washington. He's finally going to be brought down. I think that's Michael Washington's 3rd carry of the night. He's got positive yardage. That's another freshman for the Hornets. Michael Washington runs for 5 yards. Washington hasn't gotten a lot of carries tonight, but with that carry, he gets positive yards. So the Hornets are going to have second down and 5. The scoreboard operator is behind tonight. Second down and 5 for the Hornets. Here's another give to Washington, puts a foot in the ground, and once again tries to cut back and get into the middle of the line, but he's unable to get the first down. He's got positive yardage. He's going to bring up about third down and 2. After a good block by the Hornets, the big guy, I think they said that's Cash Lucas for the Sandites, is going to be down. Good to see him blocking all the way until the whistle blows. But we've got a Sandsprings Sandite down. Hornet fans, we do hope you've enjoyed the season this year. Hornets with a 4-4 record at the moment, look to be going to 5-4 with one more game left against, I believe, Ponca City. It's going to be an away game, and after that, starting the playoffs, and the playoffs will start on the road for the Hornets, no matter what. If it so happens, we would love to be here for you. We will be able to let you know and check all the social media connections: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram for the messages in regards to Hornet football 2022-2023. Been an interesting season, Leon. I mean, you had, 6A2 previous champion Bixby move up to 6A1, and they've done so convincingly. A lot of people said that this was the season that 6A2 was wide open. We were expecting big things for this team, and everything is still there. I'm not saying that anything is out of reach. We were obviously looking for the Hornets to go undefeated, as always. But as we get ourselves ready for the playoffs, a lot of the things that we've talked about tonight are how we're starting to at least look like we're turning a corner from our structure and scheme and who we are.
Yeah. And we got, like you said, one more tune-up game, and it's for all the marbles. You know how it goes. It's like season starts over, but it counts.
Yep. So backup quarterback Levi Brooks with Michael Washington in with him. Here he's throwing a pass. He gets it out on the out route. Pass is complete to number 30. That's Aiden Washington. Excuse me, number 30, Aiden Walker. Aiden Walker has positive yards on the pass from Mr. Brooks, and Mr. Brooks came kind of three-quarter arm position, kind of side, look kind of like, yeah. He changed that arm angle to get it out to Mr. Walker, the senior on senior night, for good enough for another Hornet first down. 1 minute, 9 seconds left in the ball game. Hornets in Sandite territory. Quarterback has a snap. Once again to give to Washington. He dances for a moment, but runs to the left-hand side. He's wrapped up and taken down.
I'd like to give one more shout-out to Amazing Skills Counseling Services, man. Again, doing quality mental health services out here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So a big kudos to that agency.
The thing about recognizing that mental health counseling is important and necessary is something that a lot of people really glaze over. It's not so much knowing that you have something. It's recognizing the signs and recognizing the need for counseling.
And sometimes you just need to take a time out for yourself before it turns into something bigger. Just pause for the break.
So when we have people in the community that are offering these type of sources, it's very important for us to provide the resources to the public. And once again, go ahead and count them out as we count down the clock.
Hornet fans, your Booker T. Washington Hornets 41, your Sandsprings Sandites 14. Man, it's been a pleasure, Byron, working with you, man.
Hey, man, we are Hornets by right and down by law. And we do this out of love for this program, for Hornet fans that can't be in the stands, to be here every Friday night. It's a pleasure coming to S.E. Williams or wherever we're calling a game from. Once again, your Hornets have gotten a victory. Go to 5-4 on the season with a victory over Charles Page High School, Sandsprings Sandites. The Hornets played 4 quarters of football tonight, Leon, and I'm so impressed to see it. I want to shout out all the Hornet coaches. Let me do it. I
Yeah,
haven't
do
done it
your
all
thing,
season.
man.
Head coach Jonathan Brown, assistants Ward White, Mike Blitch, Mickey Collins, Gregory Chalk, Larry Buckley, late Larry Boone, Dominique Sales, Brandon Braxton, John Warren, Miles Tees, Reginald Terry, Mr. Ice, and Scott Childers. This is a coaching staff that tonight showed us, showed District 682 that this is a team that is still yet to be reckoned with and still has wrinkles, changes, schematics that they can go to when they need to. And the playmakers are still there. I mean,
Yes,
that's
sir.
that's 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 dangerous. That's dangerous. Anything else you want to let the fans know, Leon?
Man, we hope that we could be wrong and we could get a home game. So we'll know more about it next week. So hopefully we can get back up here for that first round of playoffs and talk about it one more time. But until then, man, I really enjoyed being in the booth with you, man. We go way back to
Absolutely.
Holy Family, man. People don't realize, man, we got a lot of history
Absolutely.
together.